So here we are then, a decade in the making, personal sacrifice, years of dedication, thousands of hours of riding, hundreds and thousands of kilometres covered. They have all led to this moment. Today, here at Getzen Rodeo, we crown the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion. History will be made here at the Getzen Rodeo. I am Nick Bright, and I'm pleased to say I'm joined on this momentous occasion to my left, rider turn reporter Paul Bolton. How are you feeling ahead of this one, mate? It is going to be unbelievable if the Getzen race this morning is anything to go by.
Nick, the morning race, I'm still absolutely speechless and in shock. It was so epic, battling all the race through. The track was perfect. It really delivered a mega race. Them two battling right to the finish. 50 metres before the finish, there was a swap of lead. Now Manny's got that 4-second lead going into the final.
Listen, the amount of whooping and hollering just in the broadcast area was nuts. So amongst the fans, it must have been crazy. Just speak about that for us, because we didn't have fans at España, and we've got the fans back here at Getzen Rodeo, and it's been great.
Yeah, it's an amazing vibe here. It always is. Every year it's here, and the crowd here really enjoy motorbikes. There's a factory just down the road, an old MZ factory, and they're very passionate about motorbikes. So mega exciting.
Well, just talk to me about the course here then. You know, is it a technical one? How does this differ to what we saw in España a couple of weeks back?
So the course here at Getzen's a 3-kilometre track. This morning in the Getzen race, they've been going one direction. Now we're flipping it, and it's all been designed to cause a little bit more chaos. But there's only 15 riders going into the Getzen Champ race, and it's going to be so slippery. The surface has been taken off, and it's definitely going to be one of the hardest races of the year.
You say a little bit more chaos. I mean, it's been pretty chaotic this morning, so I dread to think what's going to happen, although I'm very much looking forward to it.
That's hard enduro, mate.
Yeah, it's been great. Right, you've been picking out some season highlights for us, which must have been difficult in itself because it's been a great season. First and foremost, we go to Aberstone, sorry. So let's have a look at your season highlight there.
Yeah, Aberstone was the first time it was used this year. Amazing scenery. Manny and Billy going straight out of the season, and yeah, showing the level that we're seeing here today at Getzen. But it was right out of the box, and the pace that these two covered this race. I did the river at the beginning. They obviously filled in a few little holes here and there, but the pace of this race was incredible.
So these two have obviously been going at it all season. We're gonna focus on that a little bit more in a sec. But I mean, was it from the get-go, or did it take a little while for Manny or Billy to get going?
It was immediately out of the start of Aberstone there, and yeah, the whole race really delivered. The scenery was epic, you know, and it was a really good start to the championship.
Well, the second highlight that you've managed to pick out for us is Manny Littenbeckler and his dominance in Romania.
Yeah, you know, he's the third time this time. He was getting right in there. It was his third win in a row, which was amazing. You know, there's so many kilometres. They're doing over 100 kilometres a day in this race. So many little things can happen with the bike or body, and to get 3 times in a row, that was definitely one of my highlights.
What makes Manny so dominant in this particular race?
I think it's just his cool, calm collectiveness, and we certainly saw that today. In the last 50 metres, you know, we saw it right there. He took it right down to the last 50 metres, and it was awesome.
And last but by no means least, a couple of races back, Poland is your third highlight. Why have you picked out that one?
Yeah, Poland, you know, we were back there, and it was so good. We had Megawatt back in the day, and Hero Challenge definitely delivered with Sherko man, Wade Young, you know, showing that them two weren't dominant all the way through the whole series, so it was super good. And really good for Wade, you know, he's been right up there winning all the other races as well, and it's a fantastic athlete and a really strong competitor, and also finished third today.
Yeah, well, there's actually a slim chance for Wade to take the championship today. Obviously, he'd need Manny and Billy to crash out, but I mean, he's still in it.
Absolutely, and he put a right good race down this morning. He got third, so he's going up third on the road, and yeah, he's definitely in a good position to get that third spot.
Well, we can have a look at the World Championship standings now on the screen. So we can see separated by just the 3 points at the top, Billy Bolt and Manny Littenbeckler. I mean, these two, we're running out of superlative to describe them, because, as we said in the Getzen race this morning, the lead must have changed times, numerous times. It's ridiculous to watch. The scenario is, I'll let you kind of explain it, and I'll try to help if you get lost.
If you would help me, because it gets confusing.
It is very confusing, but the scenario is, if Billy wins, he wins, right?
Yes, exactly. But if Manny wins and Billy finishes third, then Manny wins the championship.
Right, so this is why Manny's pumped up for this, because we saw, you know, just on the finish line, Billy was really going for it. We were talking in the commentary booth, actually. As a rider, maybe you can shed a little light on this. It was a bit strange to see them kind of really going at it in the Getzen race, because this just sets you up for the Getzen Champ and where you start in the Getzen Champ. Why were they so desperate to beat each other?
So it was always about the, getting out front for this Getzen Champ race. They want to have that clean air going into this race, a little bit of breathing room, and that's what it was all about. The whole 2 hours of the Getzen race this morning was about a 4-second gap between you and the next man.
Wow, right, okay. Thanks for doing it, Paul. We'll be back to discuss a little bit more in a sec, but I tell you what, I think we should get a look at Manny Littenbichler's 2021 so far, because it has been epic.
Manny is a really technical rider, but he improved a lot also in the fast stuff, but his favorite discipline is the technical riding. The pace from these guys this season was incredible. It's about the training, what they did together, and was really good for Manny and also really good for Billy. Yeah, at Abbestone, Manny came first after the first lap, and then Billy caught him up, and they had a big fight. And Billy went crazy at the end, and so he got the win. At Romaniacs, I'm sorry for Graham, but then was like, Manny was like so much in front, Nobody can't get his pace also in the last days. He was dominating the last day, and he got the win. I think at TKO, Billy got the whole shot, but at the last lap, Manny caught Billy. At the last rock section, Manny did a really big mistake. The foot peg comes underneath a rock and he gets stuck. Billy overtook him, it was a small disaster, but also on the podium. So the Hero Challenge was not what we expect. It was like a cross-country race, but Manny improved in his speed. The man of the Hero Challenge was Wade Young, and Billy finished second. Manny also on the podium, third. Hispania, 1 week before, Manny was really sick, was not really fit, but the race was also difficult for everybody. Alfredo won this race, Billy second, Manuel third. And now he's 3 points behind Billy. Yeah, the Getzen Rodeo is always special for him. He won it the last 2 times, and he's really excited. He walked a lot the last 3 days, and let's see what happens. He's motivated, and I hope he collect as much points as he can.
So that's the story of Manny Littenbichler's 2021 so far, narrated by his dad as well, Paul, which is quite nice.
Yeah, an old rival of mine. We've had some mega races in the past, and he certainly helped Manny in carving his hard enduro career, that's for sure.
Well, listen, they've been neck and neck all season, him and Billy Bolt. It has been incredible to watch, and what we've seen unfold here this morning has just added to that. So we've heard Manny's side of the story. I think it's time to recap Billy's. So here's the Brits season, narrated by his mechanic, Lee Edmondson.
I think Billy's biggest strength are how strong he is, the natural talent on a bike, what he can do, the way that he can come out of problems and chuck it around. I think that's like a big positive for Billy. He's just an animal of a bike, and the talent that he has, he's the most talented rider in a very long time. Manny's been his biggest competition this year, and I think why is because Manny's also pretty young, the same as Billy, and they're just out there having fun. When you're having fun, your riding just improves so much. Abbestone was like a complete new race for everybody. Key moments really was for Billy and Manny got a good lead, and Billy was following Manny for a bit. The last half an hour, Billy stepped it up another level, I think, and pushed to the finish and managed to come away with a win. Romaniacs is always difficult for us. I don't know why, but there always seems to be like little problems, or he comes in injured or something little like that. I mean, he had a crash on the time trial, which he hurt his knee quite bad. That was the most difficult. He didn't go to plan, but I think he come out with the best possible result he could have had for what happened. Yeah, we went to knockout. That again was interesting. We shipped all the material for the bikes, and obviously that didn't arrive. So like we had to use some of the American guys' bikes, and to win the race was amazing, was incredible, because not many people realise how different that bike was to what we're used to over here. Going into the last lap, Billy was like 10, 15 seconds behind him. Manny got stuck and Billy managed to pass him, and like coming into the finish was just incredible. Like the buzz was, it was mad. Yeah, Hero Challenge, obviously that was a new race. Wade rode incredible that day. Even Manny and Billy on their best day Wade was a step above them. All we had to do was really stay in front of Manny, and we did that, we controlled it, so that was another good race. It was a positive then to go into Hispania. Our goal for Hispania was to go in and get as many points as we could. Started the race off real bad, but then towards the half and end of the race, he was closing, we could all see. And coming out of the rocks, he got stuck going up one of the banks. Coming into the quarry, it would have been quite entertaining, because Billy had walked the quarry and he'd found a real good line going down one of the hills that he could just go straight. And I think that would have been so entertaining to see him do that, to try and pass Alfredo for the lead. Anything can happen. You know, Billy's like, if there's a last lap dash, I think Billy's the one that can pull it out the bag. If I do my job and Billy does his job, hopefully we can bring it back.
So that's Lee Edmondson there, Billy Bolt's mechanic. I think it's fair to say, or maybe you might not agree as a former rider, but mechanics unsung hero. Would you say they're the unsung heroes of the sport?
100%, mate. They've got so much responsibility, and the bikes, you know, being perfect. You know, you heard it. His bike was quite different in Tennessee, and yeah, they're certainly an unsung hero, and they've got a massive responsibility of prepping these bikes how the guys want them.
Yeah, and the World Championship. I mean, the fact that this is the very first one, how significant will that be to these guys going into this Getzen Champ?
Yeah, I mean, the FIM status of the series is amazing, and yeah, it certainly puts this sport right up there amongst some other amazing sports as well now.
Well, that's Paul's view on it, but we actually spoke to a few of the riders on it as well, and here's what they had to say.
Yeah, it's super cool to have the FIM involved with a proper championship. So obviously Billy and Manny, they're going for the win, and they've rode amazing all year. So them boys have got to battle it out this week, and yeah, for them to be a proper FIM hard enduro world champion, it'll be amazing, and it's so good for the sport.
The battle has been crazy against Manny and Billy. I think they rode super good, both of them winning one each other most of the races, and this race is gonna be tight.
I hope I can be in front and both of them fighting for second and third.
You know, we're in a position now where, you know, we really have an opportunity to push the sport to the next level, you know, so to be kind of involved from the start, I think it's pretty cool, and to always look back and know that you were there from the start and kind of involved in the decision making, and to have be the first name on the trophy is always going to be cool.
It will be definitely the cherry on the cake to win the race on Saturday and win the championship for sure. It's been such a good season so far, so just go out there, give my best, and I'm going to have an awesome Saturday of racing.
So, Paul, as you can hear there, the riders are rightfully really excited about this FIM status, which is incredible for the sport. As I said in the intro, a decade ago, you wouldn't have imagined this, would you?
No, and I was right there. I started riding hard enduro in 2007, and loved the sport. Always have had a massive passion for it, and to be part of the growth and, you know, involved with other big name riders who aren't racing in the series anymore. But yeah, it's so good to see it get this FIM status finally.
Well, listen, Paul, you're going to hate me for this next question, but you know, who's going to be our very first world champion?
Man, we saw from this morning's race, the last 50 metres, how can you possibly call it? I mean, it's Billy's to lose for sure, and it's Manny's to go out there and put everything done. As long as Manny can, if Manny wins, then you can say his job's done. So, and then Billy might go strategy to just get second, and It's a big ask. I'm not calling it, mate, sorry.
I noticed that. There was a lot of talking going there, but not a lot of answering. Well, listen, you've probably got other things on your mind because you're actually going to do a lap for us, aren't you? So you buzzing for it?
Yeah, I'm going to get my bike ready. I'm going to do at least one lap, and then I'm going to see Graham and Pat Parnell in the commentary booth. So.
Well, listen, we'll let you get off and do that. Paul, it's a pleasure as always. Nice one, mate.
See you later.
Right, he's off to do a lap for us, and we are moments away from the action here at Getzen Rodeo. We will be crowning our very first FIM Hard Enduro World Champion, and we will be with Pat Parnell and Graham G-Force Jarvis after the break.
Check out the Motor Channel on Red Bull TV. Motorsports at its finest, all over the globe. Download the Red Bull TV app for free. And sign in to watch all of our content offline. Download the app now. Ready, set, start. The toughest kind of motorbiking. An insight into the disciplines, terminology, and how it all began.
Hard for your head, hard for your body, hard for your back, and all this is hard enduro.
The ABC of Hard Enduro, now available on Red Bull TV. Once again, the world's best riders team up for Moto 9.
9? Are you kidding me? I can't believe they're doing another one of these.
Hit the trail with Dungy, Muskin, and many more.
Riding dirt bikes, to me, is about the homies, and it's a way to harness that inner kid in all of us.
Every piece of the dirt bike world in one epic ride. Moto 9, the movie, now available on Red Bull TV.
We've been witness to a hard enduro war zone. A season of savagery. So far, these brave warriors have fought through 6 of the most mind-blowing, gut-wrenching hard enduro races in the world. Some of the titans fell along the way. 2 stood out amongst the pack, soaring to new heights, battling for supremacy.
We're on a line right now where you literally can't make any mistake.
This is where they will make their final stand. In the end, one man will grab all the glory and be crowned the new FIM Hard Enduro World Champion.
One last push to try and wrap this championship.
Welcome to the grand finale at Getzen Rodeo.
What started as a small local race back in 2006 has steadily exploded into one of the most respected and difficult hard enduro challenges. And today, it culminates a contentious season where when the dust settles, we will crown the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion. Welcome everyone to the range of Erzgebirge here in Germany, site for the 24MX Getzen Rodeo 2021. Pat Parnell, and honored to be alongside one of the winningest riders in the sport, a consecutive 3-time Getzen champ, Graham Jarvis. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, you wanted me back. What's that all about?
Of course we did. Of course we did. We know you're out with a slight injury, slowly but quickly climbing back. Obviously, this place holds some special memories for you, does it not?
Yeah, I've seen the race progress as an event. It's just grown and grown. And then first few years, it wasn't a championship or anything, but there's always been a big crowd. The crowd just love it. There's a bit of alcohol being drunk out there, a lot of noise.
It is
good.
Yeah, it is a festive scene for sure. And as we mentioned, you're no stranger to the course. We start with 50 riders, and that gives us a chance to reflect back to earlier, starting with 50 riders and the Getzen race, and the battle continued. That cannon blast and the dead engine start. And as expected, that whole shot, the top riders obviously to make it around that corner. But what are some instant takeaways? We knew there was going to be back and forth with Billy and Manny.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a qualifying race, so it's just the start positions, but these guys are just going for it. They want to win the race, that race as well. So for me, if I was there, I'd be saving me energy, but I'm a little bit older, these guys. These are on top form, on peak fitness. These guys are just going at it.
And that was the one big takeaway. From start to finish, both Billy and Manny, they were leaving everything on the field to play. They were not approaching this where it's like, I just need to make it into the Getzen champ.
That's it, and they're so far ahead of the other riders, they're just up their game. The gap seems to be growing between them two and the rest of the field.
Yeah, the usual suspects, Wade Young and the rest of the pack. The riders that we expect to see in that top 5, that top 8 bubble did very well this morning. We should point out, we attacked this exact track, we flipped the script and reverse it in the counter direction. We'll be taking a look alongside POV with Paul Bolton coming up shortly, and Paul Bolton will be joining us in the booth. But when you look at the conditions right now, fairly ideal, as you know, Getzen can get a little bit more nasty, as I know that's how you like it.
Yeah, definitely. It looked quite dry, but underneath the leaves, you know, it's not been ridden for 2 years, so but underneath it's really slippery, so the track's going to get cut up, roots are going to be exposed, and it's going to get real gnarly.
And the back and forth between these two, you can't write a better script. It's unbelievable how close they are throughout this entire race.
That's it. It's crazy that they're battling like this just for the start position, basically. They know that they've got the fitness to do that and come back for the final race and have the energy to push all the way.
And that you kind of, you lay it all out there. You know how much stamina it takes to do well in these things. And I think it's one of those virtues of hard enduro that often gets overlooked. You're talking 2 hours plus, 2 hours 30, then you have to come back for another 80 plus minutes where it's even more intense.
Yeah, it's just crazy how physical this is. You know, I don't know how I'm going to come back and compete with these guys.
And interestingly enough, we saw Billy go into the pits early, allowing Manny to kind of extend, but then later in the race, Manny would go in, and that elastic, you know, fantastic kind of a stretch between the two. It was non-stop as these both of these riders just stayed right on each other.
You can see how slippery it is now, so the track's in the opposite direction, so you can for the final race, so you can imagine some of these bits.
And what's it like when you're out there, you're rubbing elbows with some of the privateers too? The bottleneck situation has to be frustrating sometimes.
Some of the hills, yeah, there's riders everywhere. And a little bit of luck involved, but you just kind of have a look up and try and pick your line as best you can.
And this was really telling too. You see the body language of Manny, how intense he is that he wants to reel in Billy at this point.
That's it. I mean, for me, it's just phenomenal how they're pushing in this race, because, like I said, it's just literally for start positions, but it's incredible, really.
Well, the swap exchange as we watch the last few laps, and Billy getting a little loose, but able to maintain. Right behind him is Lettenbichler.
You can see the key is to ride nice and smooth. You can see slippery rocks and roots. Quite often they're on the low revs of the engine, just feeling for grip all the time, trying to keep as straight a line as possible, keep it efficient.
Yeah, like I mentioned, you know, I felt like I was watching, you know, maybe a Carmichael McGrath or maybe even a Filippo Townley back and forth Supercross, watching these two go back and forth. But it was interesting to see too, just the bottleneck situations with the rest of the pack in the back, which is why you want to get.
Nice one.
And this is in the last lap of the race.
Typical Billy style.
Yeah, Billy likes to, you know, kind of lay it out there, does he not? And we'll have time to actually dive in. I know you've had the honor of, you know, being in Billy's camp and really watching him grow as a rider. But it's such an incredible rivalry these two have. The mutual respect, how they push one another. I mean, even training with each other says volumes about.
They're a credit to the sport. You know, mentally they're just focused. They're on it. Skills are there. Fitness is there. They're good friends as well.
And another lead change right there. But watch this. This is where you got to remind yourself you're watching hard enduro just to qualify to get into the Getzen champ. As fans, we love to see that. And right at the end, Lettenbichler, wheel on wheel. And you see the fist pump. If that doesn't say he doesn't care, nothing will.
It's good to see. It's good to see the rivalry, and the fans are loving it as well, making loads of noise.
Well, as you know, it is his race to lose, and that is none other than Billy Bolt. He is with our own Nick Bright. Nick?
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I am with Billy Bolt at the start. Billy, we've just seen highlights of the Getzen race from a little bit earlier on. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, feeling good. I think me and Manny probably went a bit harder than we were both planning to, but I think we were both enjoying myself out there battling pretty hard. But body's feeling good. Really happy with how the bike was working. So just looking forward to getting things underway now and having a good afternoon.
And what's the plan of attack for the Getzen champ? Just because we saw what happened earlier on today. You're the man with the bullseye on his back. What's your plan?
I think it's going to be more the same. This bird's been like all year. I can't imagine it being too different. We're going to be pretty close the whole race. Try and put a bit of pressure on him, get out front, try and push the pace. I'm sure he's not going to want to push the pace too hard because he needs some other guys to get involved, but it's difficult to have too much of a plan. I'm just going to be going mistake-free, trying to keep the bike in one piece and keeping solid and hopefully end up at the finish where we need to be.
Well, listen, best of luck today, Billy, mate. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Nick. Don't let the steely focus of Manny fool you, or that jovial kind of disposition of Billy. You can kind of feel it right there, how badly they want it. As we take a look, we jump on board with Bolts. This was yesterday, taking us through the course and kind of break down what we can expect, obviously, going this direction now, following the
that
Getzen
step
race
there's really gnarly. So slippery on top. There's some leaves, Paul's riding it fresh, but it just drags a little bit of mud, slime on the rock, and it's just like ice, basically. This one as well doesn't look too bad, but it's so slippery and it doesn't get any better. It's just that type of rock. It's just slippery all the time.
They often say that about this race. There's so many deceptively difficult, highly, highly technical. I think you've said it's snotty yet technical, which is why you like it. It's right in your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, I love this terrain. There's so much to it. It's got everything. Nice tree roots, exposed, slippery stuff, throttle control, bit of pushing.
So, permission too to put your coach's hat on. If you were, to get into the ear, between the ears of Billy, what would you be telling him right now approaching this course?
Well, for them two guys, it's about staying focused on the track. They've got a championship at stake, but just keep control of the nerves, which they can do. They're experienced enough now to control their feelings and the mental side of it. So they look pretty relaxed and they're in control on a good fair race.
And to have fun with it too. All the checkpoints here named after aspects of the local dish, Getzen, Getzenfana, which is a local potato dish, turns out. Never knew that.
No, I've never.
All the
never
time coming to the
that.
Getzen Rodeo. But just such a beautiful fall day here, and you mentioned how subtly technical once these leaves and that moss gets a little moisture on it, brought up from the riverbeds in between these chasms, that much more difficult.
So it's a little bit more open than 2 years ago, I think. They're saying it's a little bit more flowing, so if you pick the right line, I think you can keep moving right around the track.
All right, so good look on board with Paul Bolton. He'll be joining us in the booth shortly as we look at our start list for the Getzen Rodeo for the Getzen Champ. We started with 50 riders and we whittled it down to our top finishers, a coveted transfer at best as we look at Lettenbichler on top, followed by Billy Bolt, Wade Young in third, Mario Roman in fourth, and Gomez rounding out the top five. But usual suspects, we've seen all these riders throughout the season, and that 12th and final transfer spot as the top 12 will move in to the Getzen Champ. No easy task when we looked at the footage from the Getzen race earlier. So much carnage with a lot of the privateers and the riders trying to work their way up. And it'll be a 4-second staggered start, so maybe something to battle for earlier as Manny will be the first out of the gate. How are nerves right now for Manny and Billy? I know you know them both.
Yeah, so they've had a bit of a gap from the first race, so they've been trying to keep warm and keep the body going as well, rather than, relaxing and getting too cold. So they'll just be thinking about the track now, trying to, think about it's in reverse, obviously, so just going over in their head some of the lines and just same as usual, get one lap under their belt, try and learn the lines a little bit and get into a good rhythm.
You could cut the air with a knife. Very intense energy for Lettenbichler. He would need to win and have Billy Bolt fall to be worse than third.
It's hard to see any other riders kind of getting in between these guys now, and Manny obviously needs somebody in between him and Billy for the championship, but
the defending Getzen champ will be first to go. And we are off. Lettenbeckler on course. 4 seconds behind him will be Billy Bolt as we get underway with the Getzen champ.
Plenty of revs from Billy already. Just boosted Wade a little bit there.
Giving it to Wade Young, and Wade Young is off. And remember, if Billy Bolt wins, the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title is his. As we see the rest of the pack, now Gomez, he's on course.
Plenty of roofs for Johnny. Got his head down quick.
A little insult to injury. And Johnny Walker looking awfully sharp earlier as former top contender, second place finisher back in 2019. Lazuziak is off. Teasdale, he's in. So how vital is that 4-second gap getting out from the get-go?
Yeah, so it's not a mass start, so you can get a good clean run. Just a little bit more predictable.
And I think we see Lettenbeckler
making it look easy.
And right behind him.
Got stuck on the top though. Look how slippery it is on the top.
And watch Billy Bolt try to reel him in. Unbelievable the back and forth between these two. The first checkpoint there, the Getzen. Just a beautiful fall day here in Esgabaga. And the fans awfully dedicated. We talk about the history, the moto history in this region. The fans are so dedicated out here before sunrise, believe it or not. getting the best seats in the house.
Yeah, the crowd was just queuing up early this morning.
As you see Lettenbeckler,
bit of trouble.
Trying to navigate that top notch.
It's not really another line for Billy here, but he's going to have to wait. Keeping it under control.
And Bolt, no problem, navigates it cleanly.
Billy knows he doesn't have to do anything stupid. I think he'll be happy to sit behind for a bit, relax, get into it.
So it gives us a good opportunity to talk about Billy. You've known him for a while. You've seen like kind of the evolution and the maturity aspect of how he approaches competition. Wanted to focus really on trials early on, but then I think realized that he has all the prowess to be a hard enduro world champ.
It. He's had the skills from a kid. I knew him from the trials, doing the youth riding, and he's obviously got the skills, and then he's overcome, some I don't know, it's a little bit of craziness. He's calmed it down. He's had a few injuries as well, the big knee injury, so to come back from that, he's done incredible, really.
And these are the type of rivalries you wish for in sports. It's been an incredible back and forth. What we watched earlier in the Getzen race between these two, you see him in your screen, Billy Bolt and Manny Lettenbeckler. It was basically the season encapsulated.
Good move from Billy. I know these rocks so well, and it's so difficult to do it in one go. You can see how slippery are. You just take it a little bit at a time, just give it a blip of the throttle. But yeah, Manny's used a fair bit of energy there. It's so physical once you're in that position to just try and get it out there.
And I know you've been asked,
hooked up there.
I know you've been asked this so many times, but how conscious are you to preserve your energy?
At my age, I'm very conscious.
Okay,
for these guys, I don't think it matters so much. But yeah, it definitely helps, obviously, to just keep it smooth, stay calm as well. Because as soon as you panic, you just kind of forget your technique a little bit. So just keep it calm. Think about the line. They've walked the track multiple times, so they know this bit. They should know every rock. They'll know if somebody gets stuck, an alternative route.
And it's amazing, too, when you're watching the best in the business, the best riders in the world, navigate through sections that seem, like we say, we call them innocuous. They're slightly deceiving, but so incredibly technical.
Yeah, this bit as well, it's all about the grip here. So, I've never seen anybody get up this bit in one go. That's the strange thing. I've tried, I thought, I can do this in one, but it's never happened.
And this is the point where you noted that Billy just able to make it look way too easy there.
Yeah, he's got a nice line on the outside there. He's just managed to get a little bit of a gap. It's going to help him.
And then Lettenbeckler left in the back, but as we expect, an incredible back and forth. 80 minutes, an 80-minute route time, and then we'll open the X Loop for 20 minutes. And at the end, as we mentioned, when the dust settles, we will crown our first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion.
Very nice, very nice. So plenty of revs at the bottom, and then just back off a little bit and use the throttle control.
And how much can you tell about just Billy's body language right now?
He's just riding perfectly there.
Yeah.
He looks in control and he is strong.
I mean, both of these riders, Lettenbichler and Bolt, just calm and collected in situations where any other rider would be anything but.
Yeah, that's it. It's a long way to go. You know, once, fatigue's got to set in a little bit, I think, and then some other riders on the track. I remember this bit from 2 years ago, so slippery. I was stuck on that corner a few times.
And Wade Young, one of those riders, has slowly been climbing the ranks.
Yeah, not his favourite event, but you know, he's got the skills. He can do it. He's got the physical strength, definitely.
And as we noted, all the checkpoints named after the local Getzen, or Getzen, the local potato dish. So I'll do my best, by the way, Graham, about enunciating some of these dishes and ingredients. Give me time. My Deutsch is
just do your best.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Manny flew up this one. This one can be tricky. 2 years ago, a bike flew over the fence.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's, people get a little bit out of control on this one. I think this will get more difficult. More rocks exposed, gets rutted. But they're making it look easy now. Very nice.
And as we mentioned, Paul Bolton, following that start, was going to follow the riders, do half a lap, come in and give us a little bit live update on track conditions, live track conditions. So he'll be jumping in the booth here shortly, as we are just, you know, about...
Some different lines here. You can see a left or a right line. Both are pretty good.
And so much of it is puzzle solving, live real-time puzzle solving. And yeah, props to Manny for the lederhosen kit.
Yeah, he's
going to get a lot of compliments on that today. Showing his Bavarian roots.
Going for the traditional suit. Bit of trouble from Taddy.
Yeah, so big, quick change out for Taddy. As we mentioned back in 2019, second place here. So no stranger to the podium. We were talking about just those riders who kind of came out of virtual anonymity. Taddy was one of those riders way back when. I think it was Erzberg. And we're like, who is this kid?
So much experience. Taddy, he's done well here 2 years ago, fighting for the win.
Yeah.
But not going so well this year. Yeah. He's had an injury, a little bit of a tweak to his shoulder, I think.
Okay, enter there.
Not sure, you know, what his problem is. It's got to be fairly serious to he's changing the wheel. Maybe a disc or something, bent the disc.
Well, we made mention of it earlier in the pre-show, but just the mechanics, the fact they really are the unsung heroes. It is a team component.
Yeah, that's it. They put in so much work, you know, setting the bike up. I know Taddy likes to get his bike perfect. So.
They can also be there in a mental component, right? Kind of help you get in the right headspace.
These guys aren't just mechanics, you know. They can they look after everything, wipe our asses.
And your eyes don't deceive you, folks. That's Lettenbichler right behind Bolt as we looked at just a narrow margin between the two.
Still early days, isn't it?
Yep.
They're still getting into the race, but they'll be happy just to get into the rhythm of it.
How much does it help if you're trying to keep that lead? Say if you are sitting back a little bit, but just keeping it in visual eyesight.
Yeah, it's a bit of a psychological thing if you lose sight of the, you know, one another. So you don't want to obviously drop back, and then you've got to keep your mind calm and claw it back.
You're one of those riders that I think we'd all agree. I mean, Bolts actually knows you pretty well, and he's like, Sometimes I can never read, Graham, but you just always have that steely focus when you're in competition mode.
Yeah, maybe on the outside, on the inside.
Okay.
There's all sorts going on.
So as mentioned, if Billy Bolt wins and Lettenbichler gets second, based on the second place finishes, the title will be his. An incredible season, back and forth, a tennis match of sorts between Lettenbichler and Bolt. But we're early in this 80 minutes and then right into the X loop. So a lot can happen. We've seen Getzen dish out some punishing blows to some of the sport's top riders over the years. But back in 2019, it was this rider, Lettenbichler, finding the top spot and taking the season.
You can see how much work these organisers put in bridges and fences, and they've just got a big passion for the sport, and they love it.
And we were talking about prior coming back to Getzen this year. Every year they really try to up themselves. And you're always probably worried as a rider, like how much more technical have they made it as we check out Billy?
Yeah, you can see Billy tried to go get a bit of speed at the bottom, but just spun up and look, go on! This is incredible. Manny got a really good flowing run into that.
Wow.
Almost did it in one go. You can see once the bike stops, it's just so difficult to get going. If you can just keep it moving a little bit.
The subtleties of hard enduro, and Lettenbichler right on his tail. I mean, these two are bosom buddies.
Yeah, you can see there's respect. There's no real, you're not risking each other, pushing each other off too much. You just picking your line.
And a codependency we love to see between these two. They are neck and neck, and the rest of the pack battling for third as Wade Young able to squeak in to third for the moment.
Wade's doing well, really
well.
Gomez is on fire from his last win. Should give him a bit of confidence.
And if you catch that whiff in the sound booth, that's Paul Bolton, fresh off the track. You smell a little muddy, my friend. Welcome, sir.
Well, guys, how you doing? Yeah, I just had to have a quick pee outside, and I could hear you from the outside. It sounded epic. What have I missed?
TMI. Well, as expected, the Manny Billy show continues. Great back and forth, a little battle for third, but we were just talking about just the back and forth these two have shared throughout the season, and it's continuing here even in the Getzen Champs. So
the last time I saw Billy was in front. Is that where we are now?
Well,
or have we lost them again?
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see now. Yeah, the tracks. I wanted to go out just then because I wanted to get a real feel for how the track was, and so far it's looking a little bit grippier than this morning, but we'll have to see how it, because obviously the sun's been out a little bit and it might have dried some sections, but kept some sections will still be damp and moist. So what do you reckon, Graham?
Yeah, it's looking like fun. I don't envy these guys, they've already done the qualifying and so physical. I'm just saying I can't believe how they were pushing on the qualifying. It's crazy.
It was insane, wasn't it? And that last 50 metres, like, you thought Billy had it in the bag, didn't you? And then next minute you just saw him. Looks like Manny's right on his tail now, then,
I mean,
we're coming down to that rock section, Graham, here. That's going to be greasy, that now.
It's just polishing up and it getting worse.
Yeah, so now there is a chicken line to the right, and Manny perhaps maybe should have gone for that there, because it's not that bad at all, but they've obviously walked it and they know, don't they?
How long do you reckon extra for the chicken?
I'm not sure, but it's with that Billy getting stuck there, I think it would have been quite even, because he's also got a risk, hasn't he, of not getting up himself.
And still battling for third. It's going to be a battle between first and second, at least for right now, and that battle for third still equally contentious.
Yeah, Wade had a strong ride this morning, really impressed.
Everyone looked great, and then we look at the times, almost, about, 12, 13 minutes behind Manny and Billy. I mean, that just says volumes.
It does.
Yeah.
Like Graham said, they pushed so hard. It was, and it was, it just showed what they've been doing all year, and yeah. Do you think you could have stayed with them, Graham?
No way. Not in qualifying.
Not in qualifying. You'd have been saving your energy, wouldn't you?
Gomez just taken the chicken route there.
Yeah, so he's made a spot up.
And Wade's used a lot of energy getting out. I know that stuck in that hole, it's really difficult to get out of.
Yeah, I got stuck in it on one of my POV laps the other day. And is that
Billy?
Yeah, Billy's stuck there.
That's made a mistake on that.
That section there, Graham, there's a really good line up the left, but it must be so polished.
Yeah,
so for sure, there's Nani. Nah.
The craziness starts. Yeah, there's a line to the left.
And just
they
like
flew
that.
Up there, but
yeah.
He might be worth. He's got to go down for another go, surely.
Yeah, he has.
That's it.
He has. Now then.
And that's that thinking on the fly. We talk about the puzzle solving. You do have to be smart, because right there,
that's Manny out front.
Navigates that far right line.
So Manny's pulled a big gap now with that one mistake from Billy there. That's a big gap between them there. But in hard enduro, Graham, it's a big gap can just close so fast.
It's going to change all the time on this one.
Yeah.
Billy will stay calm, I think, won't he, if he's got a good gap on Gomez and Wade.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
He knows he can afford to relax a little bit, but obviously wants to make sure of it.
Yeah, he does. You know, one little anything with the bike or a little chain off or something stupid. Yeah, it could cause all kinds of problems later on in the race.
The Austrian Wagner there. We got word, did injure his wrist in the Getzen race earlier. Has it taped right now as we jump back on board with Manny out front.
Having a cheeky look over his shoulder to see where Billy was. That was the old finish from 2019.
And as we pointed out, even if Lettenbichler wins, if Billy Bolt gets second, then the FIM Hard Enduro Championship title goes to Bolt. That's how tight we're talking about. 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing Manny can do today is win.
Yeah.
That, as long as he can, if he wins today, and he can go home, that he did everything he could.
And the Bottomeshrine.
Well pronounced, Pat.
I'm working.
I'm glad you did that
working hard, gentlemen.
We'll try it next time, Graham.
Yeah.
So this step's horrible, isn't it? We've just been in every year. Just on top, isn't it? It's like ice, but.
What gear are they in there then, Graham?
Second gear, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, permission to give a free clinic to everyone, by the way, as we go through that. I mean, I know people pay good money for that from you too, but why not hand it out for free?
Yeah.
Plenty of clutch before the step, innit? And then roll it off on top. If you've got to bend your legs, compress the suspension.
Yeah, exactly. And then keep your weight back as it's on the top to make these buggers grip.
Nice line from Billy.
So it looked like Wade got past Billy on that climb then there, eh? You know where we saw Billy stuck?
Yeah.
And it looks like that's Alfredo just in front. So
he's lost loads of time.
So he's got to get in front of Alfredo, otherwise he's, championship-wise.
Got to keep his head now,
Yeah, he has. He's got to keep his head. There. Yeah, it looks like.
Well, Gomez fresh off the heels of a win back at Hispania. And no stranger to the podium here as well. Oh, interesting.
This is serious, this. It just shows that 4 seconds means nothing. And
Yeah, and Gomez and Wade obviously riding really well. They never got too far behind.
No, that's another big flipping dose of energy loss there.
Yeah, and then they're kind of blocking the line a little bit like that, so it's.
And there's a cheeky little bit, Graham, just where they're heading to now. There's a left turn, it goes up. It's only a short climb, but man, it's slippery. Roosted.
Got his head down well.
A little Dunkation for that.
Yeah, the goggles are straight off, no goggles. You got to be a bit careful, ain't you, when your goggles are off.
Yeah,
Get
you
your
have.
head down quick.
Yeah, you've mastered keeping your goggles on for a long time now, haven't you?
Do you think?
Most of, it is very difficult, and if you get caught up, especially in a dusty race, you need it, don't you?
Yeah, I think round here though, there's not enough faster stuff to get any air whatsoever, is there?
No. Look at that lead he's got. So it looks like Billy's got past Alfredo, doesn't it? Where's Swirl Regal? Was that you good?
Well, loose translation translates as spice rack at this checkpoint. So it's going to really going to have to focus on, too, that gap between Manny and how much it's going to be able to be reeled in. We saw in the Getzen race earlier, it was so tight, back and forth. They were never more than 20 seconds away from each other.
No.
And based on where we saw Manny and then where we just checked in with Billy, as Wade Young come up.
This Rivers, you can get it so good once, and then the next time, that was a good run up to there, wasn't it?
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and then next time you come through, is that with a bit, it's that Taddy's bike. Maybe just going for something a bit softer, even more.
So Wade
something
Young
like that.
currently second, and the scenario for Wade Young coming into the final stop in third place, he would need Manny and Billy to falter so badly that they wouldn't even be in the finals here. So that, no chance for an overall, title for Wade. Albeit he was in third. I just want to point it out.
Yeah.
Those Wade Young fans, I'm sure they're watching in South Africa live right now.
But he's in a good position to.
Billy's dropped right back, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's dropped way back.
Well, this is
He's looking a little bit flustered as well.
Yes, he is.
Calm, Bill. Keep it calm.
Yeah. Manny's a long way ahead there. Oh, wow.
So this is serious for Billy now.
Yeah. Yeah, like you say, Graham, the only thing you can do is just try to calm down and just relax as much as possible.
Yeah, that's it. As soon as you tense up a little bit, it's using more energy, making more mistakes. But
yeah, exactly.
You have to race your own race,
nice.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's behind Mario still there.
Lee's been really good for Billy, though, isn't he? I think he keeps him calm. He'll be shouting at him, won't he?
Yeah.
Mechanic.
Yeah, definitely.
Damo's here as well. My mechanic helping out, so Damo will be, I'm sure, chirping up with a bit of advice.
I don't believe he won't chirp up, will he? No, he's such a fanatical fan about hard enduro, Damo, isn't he? And he definitely knows a lot about the sport, working with you for so long.
And he rides well himself. He
does.
He knows what to do, and he's not shy with a bit of advice. So it's good. It's always good advice.
So we are getting this in from the field. Our own roving reporter Nick Bright said as Billy was flying by on the board, it just said relax.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Some good advice from the crew.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be critical now. That them little bits of advice, knowing he's got the team behind him, the support.
Yeah, and that little section there, just that right-hander's got so greasy, and the big hole from this morning race. Look at him flying up there. He's so good at going straight up hills, Manny, isn't he?
He looks relaxed as well.
Yeah.
That's the key up these hills.
Yeah.
Just pick your line. Stay calm on the throttle, innit? Because as soon as you give it too much clutch and gas, it's going to spin up.
What do you think of his new kit?
Very nice.
It's mega, that, isn't it?
Looking the part. That's the main thing, isn't it? Look the part.
Yeah, a lot of us, want to be the fastest, but we try to look the fastest at least. He's looking the fastest and the fastest at the moment.
You can hear that hometown push for Lettenbichler out there as well. I should say the home country push.
Yeah,
he's out there. We made reference to the lederhosen kit, and not afraid to embrace the Bavarian vibe.
It's he's biggest crowd of the year, I think, as well, isn't it? And
yeah,
it's such a fantastic venue to watch. They can see so many different places.
Yeah, and Graham, the organisation at this race is just first class, isn't it?
They've just got a passion for what they do, haven't they? They love the sport.
Yeah, everything, they dot the I's and cross the T's all the time, don't they?
It's been perfect.
Yeah, look at him, they're lapping Michael Walkner already. And Michael Walkner's he's flipping in this race, and
well, to even make the top 12,
exactly.
to get out of Getzen race.
Yeah,
I mean that's no easy feat. But I just can't help but notice how relaxed Lettenbichler looks like right now. He's almost a joyride working his way through.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what's on the back of his helmet. It's something like "Stay loose."
So this is crazy,
and enjoy.
Isn't it? This is going crazy. Billy's in sixth.
Yeah.
And just like that, we've got Lettenbichler in front, followed by Wade Young, Gomez in third, Johnny Walker in fourth, Mario Roman in fifth, and Billy Bolt, the series leader right now. He needs to win. If we're to end right now, the title Look how
Lettenbecker,
far
did you
he
see that
jumped
line up to the top on that, Graham? Then there's like an extra half metre on everybody else.
As long as he can go forwards and not straight up, that's the key.
That is the hard thing to do, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like tripling the double set.
Yeah, on steps like that, you're right, Graham. It does ping you up in the air, and then you're just doing nothing, aren't you?
Yeah, Gomez is looking strong as well, and he'll be confident, won't he, from his last win?
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to pass, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
For Billy.
Yeah, he always is.
Well, for Billy, all he needs to focus on is second place. If he gets second, Manny's in first, the title's his. But
it's easy to say, just get second place.
Yeah,
clearly,
on a track like this.
and clearly,
well.
based on the back and forth of those two, Billy doesn't want second. He wants first. He wants to win the title with the win.
Yeah.
On those terms, yeah.
I think that was his game plan for sure.
Yeah, it's better to attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
there he is. He's at quite a way back on Gomez, isn't he, as well?
I just hope he's got plenty of energy.
It looked like he was just chilling a bit in that turn then, like not.
He wants to get back into the rhythm, doesn't he, and just give himself a bit of time to calm down.
Get them hips going and flow a little bit.
And then try and speed it up again.
It's easy to say from here, isn't it?
It's easy from here, isn't
but
it?
you've proven that you can do it, though, that's the thing. Time and time again, and you've won it how many times at this one, Graham?
3.
3, is it?
I had to
remind
him. Yeah, he's like, you do know you've won it 3. He's like, I don't know, have I? I'm like, yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Consecutive, 3 consecutive, and that's when it was 2 years ago.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Right up, that's perfect line, that. Just keep it straight and then do the turn after. Make sure you're up high.
Yeah.
So Lettenbecker doing a veritable German clinic on what to do.
And not getting that back wheel just stuck in front of one little rock, Graham?
Yeah, as soon as the front digs in, it's difficult.
That's Billy just coming in behind Mario. That's the climb.
He's not looking smooth, Billy.
No.
Come on.
No.
He knows what to do.
He does.
He's just got to keep his head.
Yeah.
He's looking calmed it down a bit.
He's tried to calm on it as much as he can, but he needs to push as well.
There's plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, there is. There is.
So virtual World Championship standings, if we were to end right now, Lettenbecker in first, capturing the title, Bolt, Young, Roman, and Gomez, but still a lot of time on the clock. The 80 minutes then into that X loop. That time will open for 20 minutes, but checking back at some highlights here, a little connection. You saw the height there on the transfer. Little wall ride on the tree.
I think he was actually trying to step up over a little bit there.
The fans cheering Billy as well, don't they? They love it.
Yeah. They know what's at stake, don't they?
They just appreciate good riding, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. It's good to see.
So as of this morning, early call right around 7:30, 8 a.m. And as we mentioned, fans were out before dark, but over 5,000 moto fans.
Yeah,
if that
crazy.
doesn't say the sport is alive and well, and especially in this region, nothing will. And what's great is so many of these people standing alongside the route are riders themselves.
Yeah, and it's lined all the way around as well. They're all trying to get that good spot, and there's a lot. This guy with the hat on, the Mexican hat on, I was just in with him in this morning race. He's absolutely crazy. He's going flat out with that chainsaw there.
And I should point out, the fan base was capped at 5,000. No attendees allowed anymore, so.
And here's just coming down to that right-hand rock. It's greasy.
Clear run, he can go for it. Had a look up.
Was it up enough?
I'm interested to see how he gets out of this one. Go on.
It's gone, hasn't it?
Just a quick flip of the throttle.
Not too much time lost there for Lettenbecker. But with each of those mistakes, we talk about how much you accrue, and it adds up.
Definitely,
That's the factor of hard enduro. It's being as clean as you can from start to finish.
You can see the chicken run there. It's a fair way round, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So
that was Billy sending it to him right at the beginning.
And that was a key point where Lettenbecker was able to work his way around, and for Bolt.
Not sure what went wrong there.
Yeah.
Looked like he got a little bit cross-rutted or something, Graham, maybe. You know, just got his weight a bit too far forward or something. Yeah, a bit hard to see, wasn't it? But let's see if he can, and another one, another lift. My rule when I was racing, I was as fit as I was if I did 2 bench presses in the day, it wasn't going to be a good day.
That's a good barometer to use. Wow.
That was my own barometer.
You're still pretty fit.
Yeah. No. You know, Dad bod. You saw the run that I did in Hispania. Let's be honest.
Come on, now.
Let's be honest.
That was a one-off.
The old magic's still there.
But it just can't stay there for any length of time.
Yeah. Well, we're loving the hard lines series with you and Manny. Some of the best moments of the season. So keep at it, please.
Yeah, people are really enjoying it. So mega feedback, and you know, me and Manny we teamed up when I was injured, and it was one of the best things that happened, you know, for both of us and the sport as well, because so many positive vibes coming in. Keep them coming, please.
Yes. So just under 50 minutes on the clock out of the set 80-minute mark, and then we move into the X loop.
So this section, they're just crossing the road there, and the road's got greasy as well. I think we could see this bit being a key part of the track, especially as we get maybe 2 or 3 lappers on there, maybe.
And just keeping people correct there. If we watch the split, the time there, 2:50 separating Bolt, but Bolt able to go from 6th to 4th. So he still does have time left to continue
Let's
that.
see if he can make this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going chicken run.
Straight into
I think somebody was up there, Graham. I heard a bike. I'm not sure. Maybe we can see it.
You've got to look up and quickly make the decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick decision.
Gomez.
And it's going to pay off, innit, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah,
he's got him.
Just like that.
It's through. Yeah.
So from 4th to 3rd, slowly Bolt trying to reel in his nemesis. This gentleman right here, Lettenbichler. He wants it so bad.
Suited and booted this weekend.
Well put, sir. Well put. Yeah, I mean, you can't write a better script. The rivalry between Lettenbichler and Bolt this season, just the way they push each other. I mean, TKO was one of the best moments I've ever seen in such a condensed moment.
Yeah, epic. And that one, you know, went Billy's way, and this morning there was another moment like that, you know, 50 meters before the finish, and that's where Manny got out, you know, for the 4 seconds advantage. Yeah, 50 meters before the end, and he just put a pass on Billy.
Maybe harkening back to a little Taddy and Graham back and forth. I don't know. You had some good moments.
Yeah, and with Johnny, some big races with Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, close battles, and then you know it's more of a mental side once you get to that stage. Who wants it the most?
Yeah. You could dig deep when you needed to. That was always the big advantage I think you have over everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah, wow.
He is a Yoda of hard enduro.
A Yoda crossed with a samurai.
meets Jedi. Yeah, a little Jedi Knight. Yeah, and some nunchucks.
So, is he going to go straight up? He's having a line up. There is a little bit where he can come up towards us and then to camera left.
Oh,
so
cutting up so bad that bit now.
Yeah.
There's no run into it, is there?
No, there's not. When I did the POV, obviously it's different. I came up and then the left line just where he is, so there must be an issue with that bit there.
And for the laymen watching, people are new to hard enduro, weighing the bike. I mean, let's talk about the weight of just having to, like you said, bench press, get these things up. It drains energy.
Yeah, it does. And when you're bench pressing them, it does. That's usually when you've crashed and the handlebars are on the downhill side, and that's a really bad position to be in. But where Manny was there, you know, you're using the bike and the back tyre and the clutch and everything else to help it. So it's not that heavy there. You've just got to make sure at least it's upright somehow, because then it's on the biggest part of the back tyre as well.
So we saw the live tracking right there, jumping back into the race between Lettenbichler and going back to Billy Bolt, I believe in 3rd place as he made that push from 4th to 3rd. So a considerable distance still, but he is reeling it in slightly.
Yeah.
And we do want to point out, if Lettenbichler wins, if Billy can just get to 2nd place and stay there, then the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title is his.
That's all he needs to do, yeah. He's going to go under a little bridge there, under that bridge, and then they're going to drop down to the big rock step that you were on about, Graham, before. Little stream bed before that.
Yeah, it's just a horrible step, isn't it, that?
Mario's going to push really hard as well.
As we look at the times there, between first and third.
Maybe Mario saved a bit of energy this morning, you don't know.
Yeah.
Making a big push now.
Yeah.
And the Getzen found a checkpoint, known as the local dish of the region.
Nice ride up that rock. Yeah. Just making progress.
And such a good sound.
Yeah.
Right, you love to hear that. Yeah.
Here's Mario, where we just saw Manny a bit stuck. Let's see which line he goes.
So there's not much lifting round at the bottom. You can see they ride round and then roll straight back, trying to save energy on the turn.
That looked like a good line there, didn't it? Very safe.
Efficient.
Yeah. Billy cleaned his bike out by the sound of it down there.
Mario's stuck.
I'm trying to remember what's there. Oh, there's a big flat slab there. Yeah. And it's probably got super greasy.
And here comes Bull, a chance to get even closer here. A little bottleneck.
Still stuck on
outside line.
Is he?
They're right on top of each other right now.
That's it.
He's got him.
Boom.
It's through.
Good line, that. Different line.
Yeah, like you said. So, like you said, Graham, about the pit board, relax. You said it as well. He'd calm down.
Yeah, you could see he got flustered for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just wasted a bit of energy, tensing up a little bit, but he's got it under control.
So now Bolt into second. If it were to end right now, as we said, the title would be his, but a chance. 43 on the clock out of 80 minutes established, and then into the extra Red Bull X loop. So Bolt trying to reel in Lettenbichler yet again. And now
he's back again.
Every corner. We've seen the challenges continue. Wow.
Yeah. Mario had to have a go there. You've got to have a go where you can, because you never know what could happen if Billy hadn't have got stuck a bit more.
Taddy's back in it. Do you know what his problem was, or?
I reckon he went for a softer mousse in the back tyre with a different wheel.
That's a bit keen.
Yeah.
You think it was the Mega Mousse?
Could pay off though. If he always tends to go a little bit stiff though, doesn't he, with the back tyre?
Wow. Just clearly illustrates how difficult
the
these sections are to navigate.
Bikes are getting beat in there. That little section through that gap could easily derail a chain. Really big pressure on the left.
Perfect.
Wow, Manny just keeping it pinned.
This is where you're glad of tyre technology.
Are you ever? Are you ever? A good old soft compound.
It improved a bit over the years.
Do you remember going to Romaniacs with just like a hard, normal enduro tyre?
Back in the day, when men were men.
I remember when you turned up, maybe it was the first Romaniacs, and you turned up with 4 wheels because you couldn't change the tyre.
I still can't.
I did watch you change your own tyre yesterday. It was good to see.
I think Graham's lying. I think he can do it if he needs to. He's not letting in, though, that he might be able to.
So virtual standings right now for the World Championship title. If we're to end right now, Bolt would take top honors, Lettenbichler in second, and Wade Young in third. But Lettenbichler just on a tirade. Unstoppable, showing incredible resilience, staying powerful, and looking undeterred.
Wade dropping into the river. Go on, Wade. Just caught that foot peg and stall.
The calm, relaxed Lettenbichler approach seems to be working.
It's really difficult to get the turn right. You want to be turned right as soon as you can, but you need to get up on that rock as quick, straight first. But it's really difficult to get on because it's a better line for the next bit.
Billy's still got Mario hounding him a little bit.
Specs Papa. That's the fat crust on bacon.
No way.
There you go. Yeah, for the local dish. Getzen, local potato dish.
Such a mega time of year as well, with all the colours and the trees and everything. It looks stunning.
So here, as a look, live tracking the distance between Bolt, Lettenbichler, and we see Ramon there, back in third.
Oh, that was cool.
That's easy, buck out of the saddle.
Just shows how strong they are in their upper body, just to not fold through your arms. Again, that's so efficient, that, isn't it, Graham?
Yeah.
Rather than waste a few seconds wheel spinning there.
Quickly jump off the side, just give it a push, get right behind the bars.
There's a big art. There's a big art to pushing a bike, isn't there, as well?
There's a lot of technique to pushing.
Yeah.
And speaking of traction, Nick confirming that tire change out by Taddy was for a little bit more grip.
Softer moves.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Those conditions are definitely evolving in real time.
And it doesn't take that long to change it, but he's got to put it down now as well.
And look at that time. Losing a little bit.
No, not quite.
Yeah.
Needs to be another half metre up there. Yeah. Better, Graham, eh?
Yeah, you just want to be flowing up stuff. But he's just calmed it down so well, Billy. He just looks a little bit more relaxed again.
Well, we should be duly noted. We're just under the halfway mark of the race, of that 80 minutes.
Sonny Goggia, he's good at hill climbs as well.
Big mistake from Wade here, isn't it? But
yeah.
He was going well.
Yeah, and he can actually go that low line as well. So
looks like he got to push to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's at stake for Wade Young? Definitely wants to stay in the hunt. If he falls way back, we're talking 11th back, Mario Ramon would be able to move into that third final finish standing for the season. So something's at stake for each of these riders. They're racing their own race. You can imagine Wade wants to finish the season strong, easily in the top three, which he's earned at this point. He just needs to finish strong here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mario and Wade are in that third place battle still. But Mario and Johnny Walker also want to get a win here, but obviously that's maybe a bit of a stretch now, but they were both riding really well this morning.
It speaks volumes of where the level's at. Yeah, Johnny looked extra sharp this morning.
Yeah,
but then you have the Manny Billy show where there's that massive time differential.
Yeah, it's just from what I saw this morning, the way those two are riding, it's like they're just carrying this extra momentum through everything. So they're just making sure everywhere that they're getting on top of these sections. So
I think they've been training together, haven't they, as well? Yeah. So they've been pushing each other on. And
yeah, finding out each other's strengths and weaknesses.
When you can speak to this, Graham, too, just that, you know how much of this is a mental game, but when you do have that kind of wind in your sails, the success, and then when you're leading the way, but then when things don't go as planned.
That's Travis Teasdale just coming back down there. South Africa's such an easy mistake, just a little bit too far forward as you're driving towards it. Lose your traction.
Or maybe not enough clutch at the bottom.
Yeah.
Common mistake.
That's what I found on my POV. The first lap I did, I was so bad. And then on the second lap, I got the bit between my teeth a little bit more, and I just attacked it a little bit more, and it rode considerably better.
Some places are digging up holes appearing in there, but
Alfredo cruising
just outside of the top three for Gomez right now, fresh off the Hispania win. And we talked about that confidence, that wind in your sails. Definitely came into this race feeling nice and confident. And Lettenbichler still way out front.
Got a clear run. Very nice. Kept it up real low revs there. You didn't hear it revving at all.
Yeah.
Weight back. Pressure the tyre.
Oh, yeah.
We have yet to see Lettenbichler falter at this point, right? Yeah, I mean, it truly.
Apart from where Billy got past him in this river on the very first lap. Yeah. But no, it sometimes gives you that kick up the backside that you need to, you know, dig deeper and sort your nerves out.
That's one way to put it. Bolt is just trying to reel in Lettenbichler, and you can imagine for Manny way out front, just racing his own race, doesn't hear much behind him. He's got that comfortable gap. It'll be interesting to see though once he sees that he's getting pushed a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, just to get visual on, can you imagine
the gap? Yeah, it's massive. But again, it's just Manny coming to a section that's got a couple of people stuck in it, and that gap will just go considerably.
Yeah, it can all change quickly, like it did for Billy.
Yeah. Johnny.
An interesting story with Johnny back at Hispania. Stayed on course, went back, had a radiator issue, and was deemed appropriate. Was kind of, was happy to see that worked out for him.
Yeah, I was as well, and yeah, it's just one of them things you have to make decisions, and yeah, it's all good in the end. This bit could even be tricky.
Yep, Blucheron.
Such a...
It's the sizzling hot pan translation. I know you're...
Oh, seems to really come up steady and then really jump on the pegs whilst driving it through the clutch. Yeah, it's a different technique, isn't it? Billy's leaning back more.
Meanwhile, elsewhere on course, everyone's having a battle here at Getzen.
Oh, she gripped. She gripped. There's that tyre technology, Graham, you were talking about.
That's not a good position.
No,
to be.
that's a bench. That's a bench press. Nah, he's got it round. See how he was not rushing because he knew he wanted to bring it round quickly. He saved a lot of time there.
Yeah, just too many revs, and then when it does grip, it pulls up so quick he can't hang on to it. So it's always better to blip the throttle, isn't it? And
yeah, bit of whiskey throttle.
Current leader, Manny Lettenbichler, on track. Take the win here today. Eyes are fixed on Billy Bolt, who's leading the series, moving into the 7th and final stop. The FIM Hard Enduro World Championship. Currently in first, we'll have to watch if Billy Bolt can stay in second place. The overall title will go to him, but Lettenbichler looking just so relaxed.
Bike setup's looking good as well. It's
showing a lot of grit.
Very forgiving, helping him and things like that.
Just really taking his time with each feature. I mean, it's hard pressed to find the flaws, right? Looking back with Lettenbichler.
Oh. Now then, Graham, that would have been a big moment there, wouldn't it?
Could have all gone wrong there as well.
Yeah.
Big drop to the right, but he just laid it on the floor quick just to get it safe.
Yeah, that's a good replay, that one.
Billy Bow.
Just sitting, chilling,
looking
get it moving.
Looking focused.
Because these steps, you're either up them or you're not, aren't you? You know, you can easily come back down them from just a bit of a wheel spin at the bottom.
Yeah, if it just spins up before the step, it can be big problems.
Which line's he going to take, right?
Looks like he's going for it. No. Yeah, middle line.
Middle.
Perfect.
That's the one.
best line we've seen there. I think.
Yeah.
Least amount of energy expelled right there.
Wonder how that rock's getting slipperier.
It won't get any grippier.
No, it won't, will it? Yeah, that's a little... Yeah, and I rode that with the rocks completely dry the other day, and it was like almost feet on the pegs. So, just shows what that grease does, doesn't it?
Just sit on the back, sit on the seat, and just feather the clutch a little bit.
Let the bike do the work.
Yeah. And we're looking at the time difference between Lettenbichler and Bolt remaining pretty steady, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's hard to gain that gap back, I think, isn't it, once you've lost it.
Yeah.
With Manny.
Billy needs Manny to make a mistake to catch him up now.
But he's in a good position, isn't he, Billy?
If he stays second, for the overall, for sure.
Got a bit of a gap. Yeah. Got it back under control.
And Paul, you said it best. I mean, if Lettenbichler wins, if Lettenbichler wins, he's done everything he can do.
Absolutely, yeah. And then it possibly all comes down to that moment we saw in Tennessee, where that's where the championship may be changed.
And just under, just over 30 seconds between Mario Roman and Billy Bolt. Remember, Billy Bolt needs to get second. He cannot get third.
Yeah, and Mario needs as many points to catch up to his teammate for third place as well. So he's not going to give anything.
Different line from Billy there. They were going left line, but it's a bit rutted out, so he's gone for the middle. But
then it's got a longer slab on. That's where I was going. And I kept getting stuck on that little rock there.
It just starts to rut out a bit too much on the left.
So Roman currently in third, just about 30 seconds behind Billy Bolt in second, and Lettenbichler still out front. About 2.5 minutes separating Lettenbichler and Bolt. Watch the approach.
Yeah. Well, that was nice. That's the line you're talking about, Graham.
It's
rutted. It is.
Two options.
Yeah.
I don't like that. If you can get a clean run in rather than a rut, sometimes better.
Yeah.
Got to work on this bit, haven't they? You can see it just spinning up so much.
That must be Billy, yeah?
It's not a big step or anything, but it's just literally a slab, isn't it? That's just like ice. And
not even that steep as well. No. Maybe the first bit's a little steep, but the top section's not.
Well, when you see the likes of Billy Bolt taking his time, clearly it needs to be navigated in a way that obviously, it's worthy.
And any frustration and too many revs is just a disaster.
It is. Yeah. It was very, very difficult riding it. It was very difficult to judge whether you needed to give it quite a bit of clutch or just let it pull and leave the clutch alone. It was, certain times it was working, certain times it wasn't.
And on the mud there, you can see the kind of burning it away, and then this rocky section, just low revs all the time. Is no good. More revs on the rocks, is it?
No, not at all. Not in the slippery. Yeah, I was more talking about going into the climbs and stuff. It was
on the loose stuff. Rev it a little bit.
Yeah.
And we see to the right of your screen, Lettenbichler still out front. And a very tenuous battle between second and third. Just around 30 seconds separating Roman and Billy Bolt.
Wow. 26 minutes. And then the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship 2021s.
It's unbelievable.
Done. I've been to each one, and it's been such a crazy year. I can't believe it's the finals here.
It feels like Avistone was just yesterday.
It does. It really, really does. Yeah. And it's been such a good championship to this point, except obviously this man next to us here, Pat, going out. We wanted to see him right to the finish, but he'll be back.
Well, I know we haven't even tied the bow on this season, but looking towards next season, I mean, we're really going international. It's going to be exciting. A lot, many new stops.
Yeah, it's going to be some good new stops as well.
Yeah.
That was nice.
But I believe it will. Culminate too. The last stop will be Hispania, I think, next year. If I'm not speaking out of turn, but first stop will be in Israel.
Yeah, that's
potential.
a safer line to the left, but just takes a bit more work.
Longer,
a bit
doesn't
longer.
it? Why is it? Has he got a problem with his clutch? Looked like it was jerking then. Quite a lot. He's quite heavy on the revs and the clutch, Taddy, isn't he? At times.
Well, he's just got a bit of a shoulder injury, I think.
Yeah.
So he's holding him back a little bit.
Yeah. But hopefully he'll be keeping safe because he'll be jumping into the old super enduro season again.
This is the Ofenrohr. It translates as stovepipe.
Good work. Good work, Pat.
I won't tackle this one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, tricky one, that.
Oh,
That's a...
It either flies up or it just spins
Yeah.
up and then you're stuck in that horrible hole.
Yeah, and he's a long way down it.
Oh, Billy.
Because there's literally nowhere to stand. I burnt my leg getting stuck in there the other day.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Threw the bike forwards a little bit. As soon as it slips back, he would have been in big trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he leaned too far left, didn't he? Just
a little bit off balance, I think, wasn't he? And then weight came off the rear tyre and
lost of momentum.
He did right to let go, I think, just to push it forwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Just try and throw the bike a little bit. Footrest cooked on the rock, didn't it?
Yeah. It was a
could have easily gone back down though.
Good decision. It's all part of the racing, knowing where the bike needs to be, even when you've made mistakes like that.
Yeah. Nice,
lovely.
Got to lean into it a little bit there, I think, into the turn.
So just under the 24-minute mark.
So slippy that road. It's unbelievable.
It's tricky when somebody's on top, isn't it? You're probably better waiting a little bit there.
Current standings, Lettenbichler out front. Bolt trying to hold on to second and reel in Lettenbichler. It's getting more and more difficult as time starts to run out of our 80 minutes allotted. Right into one final Red Bull X-Loop lap.
And that's Manny coming up to 6th place. Wade, we just saw Wade go through. And Manny's now arriving at this rock step.
Plenty of rev at the bottom and then back right off.
Just textbook at this point. Some of the cleanest.
Oh, that was nice, Wade. Really weighted that left peg and picked it through. We should see should see Manny coming into this section now.
Got to stand up a little bit at the bottom there, I think, and really weight the back, pull on the bars a little bit.
Yeah.
If you sat down, you lose a bit of control.
There he is. And that's Travis Teasdale just down to the side of him.
Yeah, see, he stood up, waiting on peg.
And then in the turn, really pressing that left peg to turn the bike right.
Keep one foot on to pressure the peg, pressure the rear wheel.
It's a good feeling when you get that.
When it goes nice.
When you get that balance right and the pressure on the pegs, you can really feel it, can't you? It's like something you kind of gives you a cheeky smile. Yeah.
So in the pre-show, Paul, you were talking about favorite moments. You brought up Manny's, third straight win at Romaniac. So I believe, Graham, I might be informing you, but you won it 3 as well, right? Romaniac.
Which one's that? It's just that one of them big races that you've won, Graham.
I don't like to talk about myself.
Three wins at Romaniac. You also did it, didn't you?
Yeah. Which is a different type of stamina when you talk about over the days.
Wow. That was a good press through the pegs there just to get it through that gap.
Front wheel right in the air there, so all the weight's on the back tyre.
Yeah, and then keeping them foot pegs higher to not get stranded in that little gap. Billy finding a little jump there.
Well, Billy running out of time to try to pull in Lettenbichler, but also eyes are focused on who's behind Billy Bolt at this point, and we'll have to keep our eyes on Mario Roman, because for Bolt, like we said, for the overall FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title, we saw a little bit of...
Goggy is stuck right in the way.
Is he going to wait or go for it?
He's got another line.
Yeah, perfect. A bit further to the left.
Yeah, and them rocks are drier there, aren't they, as well? So
bit of fresh rock. Yeah. A bit of sun on it. So might have dried out a little bit.
Yeah, it was actually a better line than the
It looked good,
isn't it? Yeah. But I think, what do you think, Graham? I think that Billy's just going to stay where he is at the moment. He's not going to. He's going to let Manny to come to him if it happens. He's not going to try and chase him.
Yeah, he's not going to chase him. He's not going to push too hard. Just make sure of them steps. Make sure he's up everything.
And make sure he's away from this guy.
Yeah.
Mario in the bottom right.
I think things would change if he feels Mario right on his tire.
So Billy's played safe a little bit there. He's gone for the longer line, but safer.
Yeah.
Using his wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been your teammate for a while. He was pretty loose at the beginning, wasn't he?
He's calmed it down on the craziness, so he needed to.
Graham was trying to say it in a very nice way earlier, but it shows how you evolve and as you mature and you get smarter as a competitor.
He's actually pushing.
Yeah,
he's pushing.
He's got a little bit.
Or is he just rolling back onto something?
He rolled back a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
But it can't really go wrong too much there. It's just going to take a bit more time.
When do you think it clicked for Billy? When it really fell into place for him?
I think it's been a nice natural progression of learning, making mistakes, learning from it, and progressing. Nice steady progression.
I think it would have come a little bit earlier if he hadn't have had such a big injury with his leg.
Yeah.
That really set his.
It's taken him a couple of years, hasn't it, to recover from that?
Yeah, he was still dealing in 2019. He was dealing with the drop foot and all of it for.
Yeah, he's had some. That was beautiful. That
was
with
nice.
And doing something like that, lap on lap, you can really reel somebody in. So.
Unless it's Lettenbichler.
Well, he has stuck in that one a few times, and those tree roots are getting a little bit naughty coming out there as well, aren't they? After that slap.
I mean, you make references to ice, but I think when tree roots get greasy, it's slicker than ice.
Yeah, and
it's actually a different material.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of a buck there. But it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it, Graham, with the soft tyre and everything else? It's the tree roots are tree roots, and when they're greasy, that's it.
The bike can only do so much, can't it? So.
Then it's more of a moose decision that will help more.
They seem to be improving on a lot of parts. I think they're learning the track a little bit, aren't they? Learning lap by lap.
Yeah. Yeah, Kabachev there getting a little bit hung up.
A nice tree root there.
He looked tired this morning, he really did.
I was able to make his way into the Getzen Champ, tired as it may be, but to do that 2.5-hour race and then take a 60-minute, hour-and-a-half breather and then to jump in for another 80+ minutes.
Yeah,
it's crazy. They've still got energy.
It's mind-blowing.
We hammer home the endurance, the stamina that it takes, but that is part of hard enduro, and especially with competitions like.
That's the section.
Same place as Billy.
You don't want to pitch him there.
Steady.
Oh, that nearly high-sided him off that. So that's the first real mistake since the overtake at the beginning.
Tricky to turn around there. Look, just get back in the rut.
The time is coming down, albeit by fractions of.
But then combined with Billy combined with Billy nailing that river.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Are we seeing the wear and tear show on Lettenbichler?
Yeah. Just back wheel was in the air too many times, Graham? It wasn't on the floor.
Maybe just forwards a little bit, and then the weight came off the back wheel, didn't it?
And that's something that happened. This could have easily high-sided him down. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching have been in a situation like that. I'm sure I have.
Could have gone
numerous times, and it could have been a front brake mass cylinder off, anything then. So with Billy doing that,
nicely done.
Yeah, Billy doing the river, nice, and then Manny getting stuck. That's definitely going to bring down the gap.
Even this bit's chewed up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fighting it a little bit.
Yeah, what's happened in the morning race, they've all been dragging the back brake down that step, and it's created a real deep hole. Spinning more now.
It's all chewing up between the steps.
And then the more tired you get, the more forward you need to go.
They must be feeling it a little bit.
Yeah. You hope so, don't you?
Yeah. They can't be feeling fresh at this point.
I don't hope so in a sadistic way. I just in a normal way
to make us feel better.
Well, if you're keeping track, they're in their.
Oh, but he's up. He's up.
The bike's up.
But that's that good section in the river gone. That time he made there is gone.
If you're keeping track, they're in their 4th hour of racing today. So just do the math. If they're not showing something, they're not human.
No, they're not. Again, forward.
Yes. He hit it well though, didn't he, Bob?
He had plenty of momentum.
Just a little bit off balance, and then he had to just throw it down. If he'd have hung on to it, could have gone a lot worse, couldn't it? Sometimes you're best better letting go and make sure the bike's up, and then sort it out.
Yeah, exactly. Such a good section there.
But it's getting down to rock there, I think, isn't it? And the rock's so much slipperier on the dirt.
And the left side's got more. It's a nicer run up coming to this tree in the middle of the screen, but then the rock is longer, so obviously it'll be slippier for longer.
They're not switching to the left line though, are they? The left line looks a bit of.
It was better for me when I was using it in the POVs, but obviously it wasn't cut up then from the morning races.
It's probably hard to get on that left, maybe.
From the rut, maybe. Yeah.
Well, now we are under the 15-minute mark at 14.5 on the clock. We saw that back and forth between Lettenbichler and Bolt. We'll have to see if that made a dent in the time. It is getting down to the wire for Bolt to reel in Lettenbichler. Nice ride in the country right there.
That's Mario getting stuck on that section as well, so there's definitely something changing down there, isn't there? Another little straight off the bike, push it out, gentle, go.
Yeah, even the slight mishaps he does with flair, able to kind of work his way out of it. And look at that, 1.5 minutes now, so he is making up for some time here with 13.5 on the clock. Is that enough time to reel in Lettenbichler?
Yeah, anything can happen in this time. Not a problem. What do you think?
He won't be thinking about reeling him in. He just wants that gap on 3rd place, doesn't he? So just keeping it safe.
And just let Manny come to him. If it happens like that, it happens like that.
He's got to be thinking about the championship now,
100%. Yeah.
So we'll keep our eyes peeled too for Roman, who is back in, Mario Roman back in 3rd. Should he overtake Billy, then Billy's hopes for the overall FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title are dashed, with Lettenbichler taking the top spot here today.
Yeah, and the Getzen Rodeo team have put on such an epic track. It's developed. Everybody thought it was quite, it looked a bit easy compared to other years when they all did the track walk and stuff. But then soon after their practice runs on the, on a training area, they realised just how moist the ground was and how that changed.
They can really continue to one-up themselves every year.
And it's 100% no help as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 years ago, the marshals are helping and getting involved. So.
Now they've got the track just perfect for these 15 riders.
You can
hear
hear the raucous roar in support.
There you go.
For the Bavarian, Lettenbichler.
Manny matching Billy's one there.
And that is the gap. It is tenuous. Ladies and gentlemen, 1.5 minutes separate Bolt and Roman. No rider can falter at this point. It has to be a picture-perfect final, 12 minutes of racing into that final Red Bull X Loop.
It's not safe, is it?
It's got
for Billy?
And that X Loop isn't nice.
Right now, let's check in with Nick, who's down at the Red Bull X Loop. Nick?
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm down here at the Red Bull X Loop. This will open up after 80 minutes and then remain open for 20 minutes after the first rider crosses the finish line. It is extremely tough. I mean, it can't really get any tougher. We've seen out there Billy Bolt, who's one of the best in the world, struggle early on, but he is reining in Manny Lettenbichler in the last few laps anyway. It's all to play for, but once this opens, believe me, it is going to get even tougher. But we will see our very first FIM Hard Enduro world champion crowned up there in a few moments' time.
It is getting closer. Thank you so much, Nick. Minute and a half between third, second, and first. Can Lettenbichler hold the rest of the pack off? A hungry Billy Bolt, and just behind him, Mario Roman. Drama. What a season, and to end like this.
Yeah.
They just, you can't ask for a better back and forth.
No, you really can't. It's been epic from start to finish.
And you can see the difference to the other riders now, can't you? Manny and Billy flying up this bit now. And
do you think they're just getting the power on quicker at the beginning?
just
so they're carrying that momentum?
carrying a bit of speed.
Yeah. But it's so difficult to maintain that, isn't it?
It's a fine line between straight up and getting stuck for.
Yeah. And risking it long, because you're risking more when you're going that bit quicker, and you maybe can't react to something going a bit wrong or something.
Yeah,
so then it
that's
goes
it.
into a bigger crash, doesn't it?
You've got to have enough energy to hang on to it, and if you're carrying speed.
Just back wheel on the floor constantly.
Wow. They're just so consistent, these two, aren't they?
Did you hear the rev? There was 0 revs. First gear probably up there, would you say?
I think so, yeah. Just like you say, low revs. Wait that one peg, just 1 foot off, want it on the inside, or just get your foot down quick.
Yeah. And it's all about that setup at the bottom there. You go onto that first little step right, and then that next bit will come.
Keeping the tyre flat as well to the rock. If you're on an angled rock, the flatter the tyre is, it's going to push in for grip.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess easier said than done, especially when you add in 4 hours plus of riding, right?
Yeah.
It's the fatigue where you really start to make those mistakes, where things that you would normally navigate.
Yeah, well,
not with ease, but with some prowess and ability.
I've been riding since I was about 5 years old, and still get it wrong all the time. What age did you start riding, Graham?
10.
10.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did you prior to becoming trials, were you BMX like you were on 2 wheels? You were on 2 wheels before that.
Yeah, I like the BMXs and the bicycles. It all helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. What was your first trials bike?
TY80.
Yeah. I had a little LT, LT 50 first, little auto thing. Let's see if Billy can get up this section. Clean, he needs to. See, I think Billy's going a little bit fast at the beginning.
And then just
bouncing off the first rock.
And then it just killed the speed a little bit. And then he's got to rev it to get it back. But he's up. He's up.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was being super critical.
Yeah, this stage. Up is definitely up. Just be happy it's up.
That's just because he doesn't look tired. I'm getting critical like that. Man, he's still looking strong as well. No, they're all looking strong.
Yeah, under the 8-minute mark, we've seen just only a few inklings of kind of wear and tear on Lettenbichler. It's just incredible to watch, but I will say Billy kind of tapped into an extra gear in these final, now they're under the 10-minute mark. He's looking a little more hungry.
Yeah.
Is he using maybe a page out of Graham's playbook? Just slow and steady, and then strike.
Yes.
Where the venom hits you right at the last 2 laps.
He's just using his head, isn't he? It's been coming for a long time, and he really is shown. Like we said earlier, he got flustered, and then he calmed it down from a good pit board in the pits, and he's turned it round. Whereas earlier in his career, he certainly wouldn't. I don't think he would have done that.
Yeah, that's it. He's overcome the big mental battle there, and when he got behind, he's done really well.
Yeah.
They both deserve to be champions, don't they?
They do.
Both, can only be one.
There can only be one, and mutual respect from both of them. They're the first to congratulate each other, and it's mega that as racers we all know the best man wins on the day, don't we? And
And in the end, that difference between winning and losing is so small, isn't it? So
yeah, and today it's possibly going to be Manny looking like the winner today, but championship's a different story.
They can both be proud of themselves, can't they?
100%.
6.5 on the clock. Lettenbichler still leading the way in first place. Once we hit that 80-minute mark, he'll move into the Red Bull X Loop. It will be open for 20 minutes.
And what they've got in store there is a tricky uphill to start, really tight. Not sure how easy they're going to go up it. because obviously they're getting tired now and everything else. But then coming down is really, there's a couple of turns and then a really steep rock, and then they're dropping onto a gate and then across the bridge.
Well, we've been talking about when things go right here at Getzen Rodeo, but taking a look at when things invariably go wrong, right?
Yeah. Oh, like that. Yeah. So,
why do we love these bits so much?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, as a competitor, no, but as a fan, the struggle is real.
Honestly, I wasn't laughing, but you seem to like it more than me, Graham.
Oh, he is a glutton. He is a glutton for punishment. Yeah,
a
masochist, a moto masochist.
If you guys could see Graham's face now.
It's all part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah. And we've all been there, and we can all laugh at ourselves when we're on the floor. Not at the time, though, Graham. We get very angry, don't we?
It's funny afterwards.
I think what people love to see is that these are some of the sports. They are the sport's best riders, and even them face difficulties on a course this challenging. As we jump right back in now under the 5-minute mark, can Billy Bolt reel in Lettenbichler, who's out front behind Bolt, Meyer Roman. So a very
looking very confident now.
Tense situation. A few minutes back, it was only a minute and a half separating all three. Wow.
Oh, she crossed up going in there, didn't she?
He switched to that left line last 2 laps. It worked for him, but
it didn't.
Just got a little bit squirrely that time.
It was just where he was crossing that road, wasn't it? Oh, can hear Big Letty there giving some encouragement from the sidelines. Give gas! Looks like he's just waiting for someone. Must be a couple of riders stuck up there. Oh. Don't get that suit dirty, go on. Maybe you do. Oh, that was a nice little hop to the side there. When you're that exhausted, you've got to do manoeuvres like that. Big power in the body.
They'll be digging deep now, won't they, just to get it to the finish.
Yeah. And you guys are so good at being able to read the body language. Are you seeing a little bit finally with Manny?
Yeah, that's it. You know, that feeling, they've got to be tired now, so they're just digging real deep, giving it everything they got to get to the finish.
Yeah, and then at this point, they're just using all that technique that they've got, you know, from all the riding to save even more energy and just help the bike get up there.
If you're a little bit off form of your fitness, it's going to start to show now, isn't it? You're going to be, I've been there. You might be down on fitness a little bit with an injury or something, and it's going to start to show.
Can he have a clean here, Graham?
Of course he is.
That was...
what a ride!
I could see it.
You knew it was coming?
Yeah, I could see it with the stance before one of the earlier shots.
Best ride we've seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
At this stage in the race.
He's dropped into his heels have gone lower, and he's just keeping his body weight more back. He's gone into that relaxed Billy ride.
Centered over the bike.
Yeah.
That's the spicy Billy Bolt we love to see.
Was that the spicy section?
Yeah. Muy pica. Caliente.
Watch how low his heels are.
The line were perfect to the left and then straight to the right.
Yeah, and then a big press through his backside.
He must have known that line before, but not given it a go.
Maybe, yeah.
Just tried something different there. And
the big question: are we going to see?
Yeah. Oh no. Taddy coming back down.
Yeah.
And that was the section where he lost it in 2019. He did a big loop out there and broke his bike. But it only came to light when he got to the next section lower down.
So he's been out for a bit, and his fitness is not what it should be. You know, it's not that he's not performing on the day, but it's just that if the fitness isn't there, it's going to show, isn't it?
Yeah. And a few days off the bike and stuff, you lose the rhythm, don't you? And you've got to slowly build back into it, haven't you?
You've got to be on peak form, haven't you? Oh,
big
sparks flying.
Titanium sparks.
So we're nearing the minute mark. The big question: are we going to see Bolt and Lettenbichler in one screen? It's going to be the big question. And Roman reel in Bolt
I'm just trying to think where they are. This is Billy.
They're lapping everybody, aren't they?
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That was just
safe though. It's safe.
Yeah, it is up.
Front wheel's good.
How did he lift that back wheel over to the left then? Graham. Uphill. That's uphill.
At this stage in the race.
How did you do that? I'd have had to get off my bike and lift the back tyre over to do that.
Just get the front wheel high enough on it, and it was the back wheel was in the right.
Right, come on, Bill. That's a clean on this one as well. And second,
Have a
back
look
down to first.
All right, we are under the 30-second mark, and that would mean
he's way more relaxed, isn't he?
Look at that.
It's crazy. They're lapping everybody now, aren't they?
Yeah. Lettenbichler out front. Once we hit that 80-minute mark, they'll do one last lap, and then that Red Bull X Loop will be opened up.
And I hope they don't ride it just so easy down, because I got off my bike and walked it down. Yeah. They're going to embarrass me again. Here he is. So will he go another lap, or could he just hold it up there? Yeah.
Okay.
It was only 13 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, 13 seconds. Had he been under that mark, then it would have been right into the Red Bull X Loop. So now one final lap, but a chance. This could be pivotal for Billy.
Yeah,
to catch up.
There's that hill I talked about, Graham.
Yeah,
yeah. That's just before the rock we saw Taddy crash back down. That guy had a yellow flag out for him. Was that in front? Oh, Taddy's bike's still in the way. No?
Yeah, Taddy's still there.
Oh, what?
Perfect.
I thought that was going to be a little bit different right there. Alfredo.
You can see the difference now, can't you, between them two and the rest of the field.
But how
they've kept the pace, haven't they?
Yeah,
for the whole race.
And how are they? You know, it's obviously some technique and fitter. That guy needs to take that flag down. Sorry.
Is that annoying you?
Yeah, it is, because I think Manny saw it and had to then divert left.
Yeah.
So, come on. Oh, that bike's really. That's Sonny Gogia. Don't try the other ones, Bill. Don't try the other ones. Go back down.
He's got a good gap now, and it's safe. He's just got to make sure of this one.
Oh no, I can't watch.
Go!
No. He's up.
It's up.
Yeah.
It's up.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a moment that.
Under the minute mark, trying to reel in Lettenbichler on this final lap. That is the closest they've been all race since the get-go.
Wow.
So the bromance could possibly reunite between Bolt and Lettenbichler. What an incredible rivalry, the back and forth, the swap, the exchanging of leads.
So we're heading back over to the other side of the road now, where we've got the long uphill where we just saw Billy pushing up a little bit earlier in this one. Hopefully that's clear for the guys.
Still pushing, look.
And such
really pushing them left there.
Wow. It's interesting on these last stops, when you come to the final stop and you see all the hard work that Billy has put in from the start of the season to now, and you love to see it when it pays off like the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's taking form.
Yeah, that was Stan just giving him a board on the track there as well. So probably just telling him the info that it's the last lap, and you know, you're in the position you need to be in.
They're probably walking from the pits now, are they, to the final hill, help him out.
Yeah.
Some encouragement.
Yeah. Which line on this step, Graham? Is he going to go left?
Oh, decisions.
There's Manny a little bit further along. So they're super close now.
And some great pictures. Hats off to our film team in the woods here, just bringing back great vision of this incredible race. 20 cameras.
Could we have them in double shot here? Because Billy was just dropping into the step earlier. No, not that close yet.
So the final lap to bring everyone up to speed. Those of you just jumping in now, you've missed quite a race, and it's coming down to the end. Lettenbichler in front in this final lap.
Just letting him by. Letting him by.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheeky. Feet up. Come on.
Lettenbichler perched to take top honors here at the 24MX Getzen Rodeo.
Wow, big
just
presses.
Still nice, not as good as Billy's one up to the right.
No.
But it'll do.
It was good enough, wasn't it?
And behind Manny Lettenbichler is Billy Bolt, leading the overall FIM Hard Enduro World Championship Series into this last and final stop of the 2021 season. For Lettenbichler, he can only do what he can do. He can win, but for Billy Bolt, if he holds on to second right now, he does have Mario Roman behind him. If he can hold on to that second place, then the championship title is his.
Oh, he's just having a chill down that ramp, isn't he? He really is. So Stan must have given him a good old board saying how far Mario was behind him, eh?
Take a deep breath.
Yeah. Suck it in, Bill. And flipping fair play to man, he's done everything he can. Right to the end.
Go on.
Yes. I think he should do another lap so he can really do it.
Just for good measure. Little salt to the salt to the wound.
I'd like to see a little bit more effort.
Oh. Can you make it look a little more difficult? Wow.
So at that point, after where we just saw Billy, then they're across back round by the pit area, and then onto the other side.
So still on the final lap, as we mentioned, Lettenbichler out front. Once he completes this final lap, they will open the gate to the Red Bull X Loop, and at the end of it, we'll crown a champ.
Wow. Oh. I wonder if that's a battle between those two. Yeah, I think it is. Oh, good Wade! Ah, so strong, isn't he, Wade? A lot of people think he's really tall, but he's not actually as tall as people think, is he? So that was but he's super fit and strong.
I think they're close in the championship, are they, these boys?
With Mario and Wade, yeah. So
having their own battle.
Yeah. And obviously Mario's in second, so Wade will be getting pit boarded. Come on.
It's that South African tenacity, much like Daryl Curtis, our esteemed fellow.
We're missing him.
Yeah, commentator. We wish you were here, Daryl. I know you're watching with family and friends. So the last lap, winding down.
You don't want to be lifting the back end at this stage.
No, not at all. Who's that coming in? Billy. Oh, he's just dropped into it. No.
Go on. Threads the needle.
Yeah. Kabachiev just
right on that route.
Saw him coming and realised that it's what he was about.
He's got it.
And moved
Big
back
push.
a little bit. Yeah.
First time I've seen him on that right line.
Yeah, that left must be knackered. And also the road that they're driving on, it's full of mud from this morning. It's so slippery. So they're not getting the drive that they were doing, you know. Beautiful.
Very nice.
Best one he's done up there as well.
So Graham, what are some takeaways? You've watched Billy this entire season. I know we were really disappointed to see you, what went down in Romania with the injury, but now that you've been sitting back watching Billy, the way that he's approached this seation, what would you say? His friend, teammate, coach,
I've got to learn from these guys now, see what they're doing.
X-Loop time.
All right, Lettenbichler is in the Red Bull X-Loop.
Oh,
let's see what he.
So yeah, he's gonna get up obviously from this bit, but slipping
so
now.
loose on them leaves.
Yeah,
fresh terrain. Try and get back on it if he can.
Yeah, get that weight on.
That's it.
And as he sits and works trying to figure out how he's going to get through the Red Bull X-Loop, understand that, Billy Bolt is just closing in.
Yeah. There's a big tree right where his front wheel is. Now he's got it. heave out to the side.
How long did it take you, Paul?
I got further up than them, but I was fresh. I hadn't done a full morning race and this. So,
what do you find is the crux in this?
So, just behind the banner there for the X Loop, this little rock coming in, but it's going to be interesting. I think he's just going to ride it all the way because they saw me do it. Now then, just click a gear, drop it, and go. Yeah.
And there it is, official. Manny Lettenbichler, your 2021 24MX Getzen Rodeo champ.
He's well done. Well done.
What a season.
What a season. There's his dad giving, he said, done all you can, son.
Andreas, visibly elated and justifiably so is Lettenbichler. I think the face says it all. Look at the eyes, the emotion.
Yeah, done everything he could.
Everything left on the field of play. And now jumping in, Billy Bolt, poised to be the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion.
I'm going to be so excited to see the handshakes between these two now, Billy and Manny. Going to drop down this one.
Got
this rock there is horrible. Because you need to get it. Click it up into second, Bill.
Make sure.
Yeah, get it.
He can crash down and still get through the finish, can't he?
Go and there it is. Your first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion, Billy Bolt. He has done it, making history here today in Germany.
He knows how to celebrate.
So good. Stan, Roxy. Yeah, amazing.
The emotions overflowing. Second place for the 24MX Getzen Rodeo. However, Billy Bolt, he is a world champion and FIM Hard Enduro World Champ.
Big team effort in it.
Wow.
Yeah. Big shout out to the team in it, Lee.
Exactly.
Roxy.
Yeah.
Andy, the manager there, he's happy.
Yeah. When you talk about the sacrifice, there's the team,
Bill.
there's the family.
This is what it means.
I mean,
that shows. Come on, it's all good.
You know, you heard him, just before the race, those interviews, hiding the emotion. You can't hide it anymore.
That makes me so proud of him. That's what, it's all the sacrifice. I'm getting a flipping tear in my eye now.
You can see the effort they put in now.
These two start. Yeah, Hard Enduro family.
Such incredible friends. Pushing each other.
Mario Roman for today.
As the rest of the field work their way.
Look at the fans down there. Amazing.
Incredible atmosphere.
Go on, breathe it, Bill.
Yeah, so just to help everyone understand, as that X loop was open, the rest of the pack that were almost being lapped at that point allowed in the X loop, but Mario Roman poised to be our third place finisher here today.
Well done.
No problem. There it is. Yeah. Mario Roman, your third place finisher here at Getzen Rodeo.
Brilliant. Yeah.
What an incredible display of hard enduro. All season long, but especially here today. Based on that back and forth. And we should point out, that was fairly, Billy did reel him in. Had it been another lap, I think we would have seen them both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done.
Yeah.
The two boys. They've been together on the track all year now, the burnouts together. Yeah.
The camaraderie, the friendship, and the rivalry that has fueled one of the best seasons to date, and the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Championship season.
Yeah. Hopefully Taddy's shoulder's okay.
Former podium finisher, Zuziak.
Yeah, Manny's best friend there, giving giving Billy a big old cuddle. Yeah, mutual respect all round.
Graham, maybe you could speak to what it feels like when you get to this point, when it is a season-long march, and then when it's that race that you've really been after getting that top spot. What are the emotions like?
Yeah, it's just such a relief, I would imagine, for Billy's finally done it. But
at any point, did Billy in private come to you and say, let you know how bad he really wanted it?
No, you can see how hungry these guys are. All that work they've put in pre-season and stuff, and it's just they've got to stay focused all season and just work really, really hard.
It's overwhelming, isn't it? Even at the end of individual races, because we all know what we've all been through in these races, but to finish the World Championship, all the sacrifice, all the time, effort, yeah, it's so overwhelming.
Well, you can see as things start to hit party fiesta mode here in Germany at the Getzen Rodeo, we check in. We want to hear from our winner with Nick Bright. Nick?
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm here with the 2021 Getzen Rodeo winner, Manny. How are you feeling after that? You must be absolutely buzzing.
Definitely buzzing, it's always sick. It's a home race for me and like to win it. I won it now literally 3 times in a row as well, which is pretty sick, and yeah, definitely proud. The crowd was awesome, like they've been cheering so hard, and it was super cool to have some fans out here at Getzen Rodeo.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the fans, because every time you went past, just behind us now, they go way back firstly, and every time you went past, there's guys with chainsaws, like there's all sorts.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like I would say that's the motor spirit, and that's the cool thing, like it's been such a cool event, and the organizer made a good job, and yeah, also congrats to Billy to get the overall title. I tried my best today, and I think I showed it, and yeah, I'm definitely stoked.
What do you put it down to? Why do you think you and Billy pushed each other all the way this season? Because it was very, very close from race 1 up until now.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been training so much at the beginning of the year, and if you're training together, you just push each other. And I think we can see that at the points we're completely tied now, and here's one more second place, and that's why he won the championship. So yeah, the level is high, I would say.
Well, based on what you just said there, I think we can see the moment that a lot of people think the championship changed hands at TKO. So let's have a quick look at that.
Yeah.
Manny's got his foot peg stuck under the rock. He's got his foot peg stuck under the rock. It's an overtake. He's here. I can't handle myself. He's made it.
So Manny, that was the moment at TKO right there where Billy managed to pass you right at the very end. Do you think that's the moment that the championship changed hands? In hindsight, I guess.
Probably. I think we still had an awesome season. I'm stoked how I rode all year. I had a podium at every race, and yeah, I had definitely some good races. So yeah, for sure, maybe TKO changed the game, but at the end, I think we showed that we're both on a pretty good level. But he definitely deserves the win.
Yeah, do you have any words of encouragement or congratulations for Billy? Because I know you must be a little bit gutted, but you guys are good friends off the track. So, have you got anything to say to him?
Yeah, sure. Hey, congrats, Billy. I think you did an awesome job, and hopefully we can have some good trainings right in the winter and gonna battle next year again. And I'm trying my best to kick your ass.
Well, listen, congratulations, Manny, on an excellent victory here in second place in the championship. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Nick. Congratulations to Manny. And looking back, at that TKO battle, I don't know if I was more concerned for Manny or for just the excitement level that you were exuding, Paul.
Yeah, I'd seen the race unfold all day, but oh my God, yeah. Just listening to Manny there, he's so good. He's done everything he can all season, and yeah, you could say that was a turning point, but he's given everything he can. He's won today, but Billy's done enough as well to win the championship.
Yep, he laid it all on the field. Lettenbichler with top honors here at this year's 2021 24 MX Getzen Rodeo. Second, Billy Bolt and Mario Roman rounding out the top 3. And by virtue of those second place finishes throughout the season and his prowess, his continued success, finding the podium continuously, Billy Bolt takes top honors in the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title. So a big day for all the riders. Hats off to the final 12 making it to the Getzen Champ out of the Getzen race. So we have the victory ceremonies coming up after we take a quick break here from Germany, as we'll check back in on our riders and join the revelry. Stay close.
Experience select live events in a whole new way on Red Bull TV. Athletes' profiles and KPIs. Start lists and results. Head-to-head analysis and animated guides. track information and obstacles. Keep up with your favorite athletes and artists. The new sidebar is available exclusively on Red Bull TV.
Tana, are you excited? CCC.
Welcome to Nuts and Boltons, your inside guide to life at the West.
A vlog journey through the 2019 World Enduro Super Series.
It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah. Ride motorbikes is awesome.
Nuts and Boltons, now available on Red Bull TV. 3 rising stars. Learn from the best and tackle the world's toughest rallies as they bid to be the legends of tomorrow. Destination Dirt. Now available on Red Bull TV.
A beautiful fall day here in the Erzgebirge region of Germany, site for the 24MX Getzen Rodeo 2021. And there he is, your first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion. As the dust has officially settled, we're about to hand out the hardware. Unbelievable energy, as you can hear, a raucous crowd. They came out early, 5,000 strong Hard Enduro Moto fans, and the history runs deep here. As we check in with our world champion, none other than Billy Bolt.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I am with the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Champion, Billy Bolt. How does that feel to hear that?
Well, I can't even tell you. It's struggling to process it, to be honest, especially after what's just gone on for the last hour and a half. The way the whirlwind of emotions that were going on out there as I was riding, just struggled like mad early on, and you know, really found myself really quite far back with a lot of work to do, but just tried to, you know, I did a pretty good job, stayed calm, and here if I could actually settle down and find my form, and I was faster than kind of the rest of the guys other than Manny, so didn't panic. Thankfully I had time on my side to pull back in and managed to do what we needed to do.
Well, just talk to us about what happened early on, because you caught up with Manny pretty quickly after he had the 4-second start, and then you had a little error, didn't you?
I had a lot of errors. The first lap actually went pretty good, and from the second lap struggled. I actually hurt my finger a little bit in the first race and was struggling kind of just to be smooth with the clutch, was really snatching at it and struggling for grip. So and in this kind of track, you know, it's so intense. Once you make one mistake, it's just like a tornado. You just go from one mistake into the next, and before you know it, you're in 6th place, wondering, you know, come on, you got a job to do here. So had to, you know, really regroup and figure out what I was doing, and tried to figure out some good lines and where I could pull some time back, and started to find some flow, and really actually enjoyed the second half of the race. Kind of figured out what I was doing, and didn't really care at all about where Manny was. Just focused on the gap behind us, and just wanted to bring it home and finish the year off on top.
Well, I know it's all sinking in for you still at the moment, so we can have a quick look back at some of your season highlights for 2021. So this is at Aberstone here. Billy, just talk to us about what you're seeing on the screen here.
Italy obviously went pretty well the whole year, minus Romaniacs. I think everyone has seen, you know, me and Manny have kind of bang balls the whole year, and it's been a blast. Italy was the same, TKO was the same, sorry.
that was like come down to a couple of seconds, and it's been so close. It's been definitely enjoyable yet to be part of, and I think we've got a lot more to come. We're both still the two youngest here, and I think we're going to be headbutting each other for a while yet.
Just on that moment at TKO, a lot of people are saying that's the moment the championship really changed hands because there was a real last-minute overtake there. You know what I mean? With the hindsight and what's happened now, when you think back to that, that's that kind of sums up your season and how close you and Manny have been.
Yeah, that was another race I made hard work of. To be honest, I crushed my brains out there and just give him so much time back. But no, I really needed to win that race after losing so many points in Romania. That's never going to be my favourite race. I obviously had my own struggles and injuries there, but managed to kind of salvage a fourth and stay kind of within touch. And then the win at TKO really brought us back in touch. And then didn't quite get any big point advantages over the last couple of rounds, but just a little bit, and came in with enough buffer. I knew he was going to be strong here. He's won here. This is his third win in a row. He's got this amazing crowd behind him, so I can't complain. He deserved to win today, but I think, I'm happy with the win overall. I can't complain.
Well, listen, Billy, congratulations on making history, my friend.
All right, thank you, Nick. And sounding like a grizzled veteran there, just having the presence of mind, that mental fortitude. Let's not forget, he went from 6th all the way climbing back to 2nd place to secure the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title. Just incredible to see. And that brings us to our final standings of the 2021 FIM Hard Enduro World Championship Series. And there it is, your top 3. Wade Young in 3rd, Manny Lettenbecker in 2nd place, and Billy Bolt taking top honors. What a season-long march it has been for so many riders, but notable mention, these 3 finding the top of the podium here at the 7th and final stop of the season. And we mentioned that top 3 position able to be captured by none other than Wade Young. We check in with him now.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I am with the man who finished 3rd, Wade Young. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, really good. A lot of adrenaline, especially coming over the line, but 4th for today and 3rd in the World Championship, so I'm really chuffed with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's history in the making. We've been talking a lot today about this very first FIM Hard Enduro World Championship. To finish 3rd after what's been a bit of a strange year with the pandemic and everything, you must be proud of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super chuffed. Of course, the top step's the best, but the guys up front, Manny and Billy, they rode well all season, really consistent and always on the podium. So, yeah, I'm really happy to be 3rd, and we get to try again next year.
Yeah, that was my next question, I guess, because, Manny and Billy have been really, really dominant this year, although you won out in Poland, so you had a really good race out there. So where can you catch them? What can you do next year to make sure you're in the dogfight come the last round?
Well, they got Super Enduro coming up, which is basically totally different to what we do, and yeah, I'm not doing that, so it's my time to put in some homework and get 2 levels up to these guys.
Well, we can see some of your season highlights on the big screen, and it would be great if you could just talk us through some of what we're seeing up there. So let's have a look at those now.
Yeah, that's the first round in Lagares, and
that was wild, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. We hadn't raced motorbikes for like a year and a half, so it was completely, it was to get into it. And then we had Aberstone there. That was the first official round that counted for points, and I didn't have the best feeling on the bike and ended up 7th, so it was a bit of a shock. Romaniacs made some changes and came on strong and managed to get a 2nd there. I always enjoy that long day racing, so yeah. And then this is TKO. This was a 40-minute super intense race. I finished 4th on this one. Super humid and hot. Then we got to the Hero Challenge, managed to get the win. Felt crazy strong at this race, so yeah, that's where I probably secured a 3rd place. And then España, I battled a bit on this one, but just still steady, still thereabouts, and
Well, Paul Bolton, we saw your win in Poland as well. Paul Bolton, who's our expert here, you know well, he picked out that win as one of his season highlights. So just tell us a little bit more about the victory there and what it meant to you.
Trained hard, just focused on getting my speed up, and I knew that
that race, the fast stuff suits me a bit more, and I knew that that was my race to capitalize on, and it's even better than I was able to execute everything that I'd planned.
Well, you were having a chat with Billy just a few moments ago before we jumped on you for an interview. What words did you say to Billy for taking that first FIM World Championship?
Yeah, you know, well, Manny came and he lapped me first, so I knew he crossed the line first, and so I thought Manny was world champion. So I just found out afterwards. So I just said to him, "Congrats, man! That's awesome." Obviously, he's had a fantastic year, and to be a world champion is amazing. So yeah, well done, Tim.
Yeah, it's been very confusing with the changes of leads as well. Listen, congratulations on your third place finish. Well done. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. Yeah, just a tenacious competitor. I think we can expect a lot more from Wade Young looking forward, you know, and especially when he starts honing his skills and the skill sets that he has, right?
Yeah, Wade's dangerous when he starts gaining some momentum for sure, and yeah, he's going to be a strong competitor again next year. But it's just so nice to see how humble everybody is, and, you know, the true professionals, but also so good in front of the public, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. We talk about everyone's racing their own race, and something is at stake for each individual rider, and that's no different than for Mario Roman. It was that battle, a very tenuous battle for that third place position. Him and Billy, kind of elastic in its own right, almost comparative to what we saw between Lettenbichler and Bolt. Let's hear from our third place finisher.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Third place today then. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, super stoked to be in the podium in the final round of the championship. It's been a difficult season to me, some good results, but I've been struggling the whole year. So to be in the podium in the last race, fighting with Billy most of the race, feels amazing. I had a big battle with my teammate in the championship for third place, but he was just after me today, so was not good enough, only 4 points overall. But anyway, I have to be happy, and Serco Factory team made a perfect job.
Why have you been struggling all season then? Is it injury, or what's been the issue?
I mean, some small injuries and some crashes, bad starts, some races, struggle. Have the performance to get the better results, but they didn't get the best results.
How did it feel to be back in front of fans again?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Germany is always a special race. So many people cheer me on. I don't know, but it seems like they like me as well. And I feel like in Spain, I feel super warm.
Well, we can have a look at your season highlights actually on the big screen again. So if you wouldn't mind just talking through some of the highlights, that would be great.
Amazing. Yeah, Stream Lagares wasn't easy. Enduro Cross, 3 finals, Super Mario and water. Then Aveston, amazing race. I arrived injury with broken ribs.
And you still did this?
Yeah, 7 I finished. Then Romania is one of the toughest, 1 week. I finished in the podium, very happy with that. Yeah. Tennessee knockout wasn't easy, only 40 minutes in the final, but I fought hard for 5th place. Some overpasses. Then Hero Challenge, fast race motocross. I did my best and I finished 5th as well. Then home race Hispania, feeling warm, but the result was not good enough. I finished 4th.
Well, it's been a great season for you overall. You know, 3rd place here, you can't complain about that. And you were in the fight for top 3 in the championship. Next season, how do we improve? How do we go better?
Yeah, I just want to return home and start training for the next season to come back stronger and be ready in April for the Israel round, minus 400. I can't wait for that.
It's going to be exciting. Well, listen, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick. I don't know if you've heard a continuing theme, and it's that training, that hard work, and we're seeing those riders that put in the hard work, it pays dividends.
Yeah,
it's something as fans we take for granted, but Graham, you know this. How much time is put in, you know, getting ready for season, and then when you're in the midst of the season, staying fresh and staying sharp.
Yeah, that's it. Basically, the guys want to have a break probably, and then just dedicate their lives to the next season. That's just what you've got to do to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you certainly have done that, Graham, 100%.
Yeah, and there's sacrifice, not just what the riders are putting into, but it's the entire team, the mechanics, the families, right? Everyone's on board. When you make that commitment to go for a season-long quest, going after now an FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title, everyone's on board. They have to be.
Yeah, exactly. And you need to get training straight away as soon as possible, ready for the next season, obviously. But you've also got to stay as injury-free as possible. Any little niggles and trying to make some little changes to your bike. You'll be constantly trying to adjust stuff and make things easier for you, whether it's suspension, mousses, whatever. Even handlebar position. Finding a new little setup can make all the difference. At this level, it's about the small fractions here and there, and whether that's training, whether that's bike setup. It's just all about the prep.
And a chance to wax nostalgic, Graham. I know it's been a bittersweet year. It's injuries are those things that come with the territory. But maybe if you could reflect on the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Championship year, kind of what your experiences were and kind of takeaways, having to sit back and watch the rest of your fellow competitors.
Yeah, it's been difficult for me. I think I've got a bit of work to do, but I'm only 46.
Yeah, he's only 46, and
spring chicken.
Yeah, you had a lot of rolling momentum though, didn't you, Graham, over the years, and that's
seen
what the guys.
Yeah, the sport's progressing. It's just good to see everybody, the professionalism and the attitude of the riders. Yeah. New riders coming in, a well-deserved champion there.
Yeah,
incredible.
It's so good. Yeah, he's vlogging.
He's always vlogging. He's on the vlog already.
Vlogger! I wonder if they're vlogging the vlog in a minute.
Yeah. And there is your winner from today's 24 MX Getzen Rodeo, your 2021 winner, Manny Lettenbichler.
Yeah, now he's took his USWE hydration off. You can see that the full outfit right there. Look at them straps.
Lederhosen. Straight out of Oktoberfest. Kind of bringing a little Rocktoberfest vibe here to Getzen Rodeo.
Yeah.
So much talent, and we've been kind of saying this all season. I think it speaks volumes that the health of hard enduro, and it kind of testament of where it's going, that there's absolutely growth, and it's so good to see.
Yeah, and there's a lot of younger riders come into it who are just, showing that they want a piece of the pie at the end of the day, and they've got a lot of work to do, but they've definitely got the skills to pay the bills, Yeah.
Well, it's interesting too when you're going to have riders that strictly focus. They're really entirely 100% laser focus on hard enduro. You can only imagine where things are going to go.
Absolutely, yeah. The future is bright.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just like riding our bikes, don't we?
And that's right, Graham. Yeah, and that's
what it's about. Have fun.
Yeah. Going out, riding your bike, and just enjoying seeing yourself progress and find things that work better.
So I believe too with this win, I think Lettenbichler joins you in a three-time winner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
do the math on that.
I think Manny just said that as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was Billy who said it actually.
Yeah. But look at this fan base. We talk about the rich history. The moto clubs have been around here since the early 1900s.
Looks like Mario might have fell off the podium there.
Champagne already being served.
You can ride a bike, but just the podium, it's a bit wobbly. Brilliant.
So well-deserved victory for Lettenbichler.
Done everything he can to the end of the championship.
He'll be thinking about that footrest under the rock though, won't he?
He will.
I could watch that clip of your reaction over and over.
Just when I was there, we could just flip back to it quickly, and it was, from my perspective, looking at him, he was looking at a back marker in the turn, and he was shouting him. It just took his focus, and he veered a bit right where he'd not been going at all, and that's why he got stuck. So, but he can't do anything different. It was a motoring racing incident.
Well, you guys pointed out, it's always comes down to inches. Current, I should say, final standings for the Hard Enduro World Championship, FIM Hard Enduro World Championship. Season-long march. The final results, Wade Young rounding out the top three. Lettenbichler in a very, very contested battle for top honors, but that goes to Billy Bolt, our 2021 FIM Hard Enduro World Champion, a first.
Yeah, and he won it because of the most second places there. That's why, because they tied on points.
Yeah, just it's easy to reflect, at the end of the season, you're looking back at little moments, the differences between second and third, And then when it comes down to 3 points separating two guys,
yeah, they tied on the wins, and then it went down to the most second places. Yeah. That's how close it's been.
So you guys have been to races throughout the world. What is it about this fan base here? They are definitely so unique.
It's the venue, and the venue is perfect for it, and the fans are incredible, and it's just a perfect way to finish the championship.
Yeah, and it starts with the quality of the track, how it's designed, and how much effort the organisers put into it, and then it all just escalates from there, and this is why we've had such an amazing race.
So we're talking about the season and a chance to kind of look back at Lettenbichler's march throughout.
Who's that on the road?
Yeah. So looking back at Avistone, this is one of your favorite moments. Yeah.
Yeah, you were putting on a strong performance to the finish of that one, weren't you, Graham, as well?
Yeah, I was happy with that on the podium.
That was a sketchy downhill, that was. That was the third 3 in a row. Romaniacs.
And at New.
It was such a long day at Tennessee as well.
And let me just say, it's great to have a North American stop now.
Yeah.
We love it. Very happy.
Yeah, Hero Challenge was a good race as well. New one in the calendar. The guys were loving doing some aerobatics over that final jump as well.
Some of that double fall line along the shoreline is just
stunning.
Brutal,
and
and stunning.
So a bigger and better championship next year.
Yeah.
Can I stay in the commentary box? It's easier here.
Hey.
Come on, you love it. Graham, you love the struggle. Don't even pretend it's anything but.
It looks a lot easier for me.
If it's not hard, why do it, right?
Maybe we should train together over winter.
Do you think?
What do you reckon?
Yeah, push each other to the limit.
Should we go back in?
The way.
Should we both go back in?
Let's do it.
Back into the lion's pit.
What a season.
Look at that face.
For Billy Bull.
That honestly, the hairs on my face stand up when I see that kind of passion. That's what it means to these guys. The sacrifice.
Start to hand out the hardware for the first ever FIM Hard Enduro World Championship title. Wade Young taking 3rd place. Manny Lettenbichler grabbing 2nd place for the season. And you guys will be happy to hear that we'll be performing a national anthem.
I might have tears might be coming when we have that. I think it's all over for me.
Said I wasn't gonna cry.
Was it? Oh, it's too late. Yeah.
And there he
amazing.
is, your 2021 FIM Hard Enduro World Champion. Big round of applause for Billy Bull. All the hard work paying off for Bull. Sights were set on this moment way back when the season started.
Oh. Come on.
And you can only hope that we're going to see that back and forth going into next year. I think we had a nice candid moment with Manny in his interview. Let's hope that feistiness, that respect, but that rivalry, the camaraderie between the two continues. I expect, too, a little bit more bite from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, they're all going to watch back the season for sure in the little small off-season that they have and try and do some research. And
if I was a betting man, I would say the gentleman sitting to your right might have something to say about it, too.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Graham? We'll see.
A lot of work to do.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you were on point, going into Romaniacs, and we were talking about just the speed.
Yeah.
Romaniacs.
That everybody was at as well.
Oh,
yeah.
It was unbelievable.
And everybody's got to remember you don't get to see any of that track. It's all blind as well, so
Well, and it's the day long, the 3-4 days, that attrition, the wear and tear over days. definitely different versus doing like a 4-hour, let's get at it for one day. Very different, right?
Yeah, very different styles of riding,
Yeah.
and that's what makes the championship so special. It's so dynamic. There it is.
Can hold the hardware up high. Once again, congrats to Billy Bolt, your FIM Hard Enduro World Champion.
Yeah, and a massive congrats to everybody who's been in the whole championship as well right now and fought their own battles right through it. Brilliant.
So time for a national anthem.
Brilliant.
As the elation, the party just getting started here in Germany. What an incredible season, and what a perfect way to cap it off here at the 24MX Getzen Rodeo, part of the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship Series. Time to celebrate. Yeah. And we will do the same on behalf of Graham Jarvis, Paul Bolton. I'm Pat Parnell. I just want to say it has been an honor to sit in the booth with you guys, and we will send it down to Nick Bright to take us out. Nick?
Yes, thank you very much, guys. An absolutely fantastic job on commentary today. Getzen Rodeo has been absolutely sensational, it's fair to say. You can see behind me, all the fans have been incredible, and this is what the sport is all about. We have our very first FIM Hard Enduro World Champion in Great Britain's Billy Bolt. Congratulations to him. I hope you've enjoyed watching here on Red Bull TV, and we shall see you for more Hard Enduro in 2022.
Tell me about the rules or how it has to be. We'll take those rules and break them like you said they're made to be. We'll take this world and shape it as we dare. We'll pull our dreams right out of the thin air. We know the walls you see ain't really there. We'll change it all. We'll change it all. Can't be won, the dying age of things that can't be done. We'll pull it all together. Yeah, we'll bring it back to us.